dancing all night. Can we are the superstars, superstars. Are we the ones who have the power? We are the superstars, superstars. Are we the ones who have the power? We are the superstars, superstars. Are we the ones who have the power? We are the superstars, superstars. Are we the ones who have the power? I wanna show you things I love about you. Holding hands and feeling so cool. All the things I love about you. Oh, cherry lips and kiss anytime. You're so nice to make me feel right. Giving looks and dancing all night. Can we are the superstars, superstars. Are we the ones who have the power? We are the superstars, superstars. Are we the ones who have the power? We are the superstars, superstars. Are we the ones who have the power? We are the superstars, superstars. Are we the ones who have the power? This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days, searching for your praise. Is it even there to find? Is there a chance for me to win your memories? Will I slowly lose my mind? Lost in your maze, stuck in your gaze. How can I get out? I'm out of time to make you mine. Baby, show me how. Lost in your maze, stuck in your gaze. How can I get out? I'm out of time to make you mine. Baby, show me how. This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days, searching for your praise. Is it even there to find? Is there a chance for me to win your memories? Will I slowly lose my mind? Lost in your maze, stuck in your gaze. How can I get out? I'm out of time to make you mine. Baby, show me how.
everyone, as we get ready for a grand finale to a fantastic, snaptastic season here with the RC Six Man's Premier League playoffs. I'm Hell Monkey Man in the booth alongside one of the greatest dudes that could ever have a mustache, hair, face, eyes, nose, and mouth. It is, of course, our Thunder from Down Under. It is Chamako hanging out with me as I survive a blue screen. You guys get to see us scream into the void of seeing who will take home the big old chip here at the end of the season. Chamako, it's always great to be able to see you, my man, as we go into this Premier League playoff. 4 big teams that survived the slaughter of the regular season.
You did a few rhymes over there, and I felt like I was watching Dr. Seuss in action for a moment. But here we go. Yes, we got the grand finals. A couple of teams that have been so dominated throughout the season, and then one underdog that is still battling to find a way to get into the finals. This is gonna be great. I mean, this is the first match. The one we start with is gonna be with the one with the underdog, and I don't know. I mean, we saw Male Power lose once, so maybe who knows if they are gonna lose again against the Bullhawks.
Yeah, late term loss in the regular season. Does that beget maybe something to see anew? We check out our bracket as it's going to be going on into today. Meow Power 17-1 through the regular season. Ballhogs 8-10, trying to see if they can really, I guess become that Titan Slayer in their own regard. On the other side, we're going to have another semifinal. Both of these at best of 5. It's going to be Balaki versus the Elite Troops. And on either end, it is NA versus a composite of EU. And so a bit of that. But we're going to go into our first matchup almost immediately, as we'll be seeing so much of this go into it. Chamako, Meow Power, obviously looks really darn good. Best of 7 in a grand final, a little bit of cash on the line at the other end, $450 for first place. But I mean, does one single loss at the end of the season really trip you up enough to let a true underdog story begin here?
At that time, when you are so far ahead, beyond everyone else in the competition, it's like, I mean, if you lose one, you lose one. I mean, it's whatever, right? You're not even playing that hard anymore. It's take an easy week or whatever, and just have fun. And if you lose one, you're still ahead of everyone else. So I don't think it's a big deal for Meow Power. However, it is something that Bullhawks might want to have in their head. Like they can bully, right? Maybe they are overconfident. Maybe they will not play 100% against us, and maybe we'll have a very, very, very good moment. I was told that it was Fetzy, the one that had an unbelievable week against Meow Power, and that's how they were able to beat him. Maybe, maybe we got Neon this time around, and he says, I can be Fetzy today. I don't know. I mean, there's so many ifs out there, but the important thing is that this is all or nothing. It is playoff day. It is only one day, and they have to go all the way here to make it to the finals.
Yeah, just like they said back in the 90s, ifs, ands, or buts. These kids got guts, and it's time to see who's going to leave it all on the floor. We go in to our first best of 5 of the day. It's going to be your Ball Hogs, and it's going to be in orange, Meow Power. Are we going to have some feisty kittens, or will the Ball Hogs be able to take it down? We're going to run it into game number 1.
Let's go. So, watching the game in here, a lot of control, easy going, mob flowing, mowing around, and just being very fast. Not a lot of passes going on, but who needs passes when you have all that open space? That is a great tackle off the wall. Finally, Cespasuf getting the ball, and that was, I mean, as quickly as they were able to get that tackle. Yeah, it's tackle fest right now.
Yeah, just a nonstop insanity to it. And to really kind of put in perspective for everyone, out of the 18 matches that were played by this squad of Meow Power, they only allowed 3 games of all the best of 3s to go past them, and that includes the 1 loss of that 0-2. So say if maybe something will be able to kind of come about. You do have some great passing already with Nope Newell on the inside lane here for this first ball, but it's the takeaway game that I'm really gonna be looking at here, Chamako, to see if they can find disruption, because they've been resetting them a couple times, but that happens in the early part of this game in this series.
No issues so far, and I was talking about the passing plays before, not using them very often, but they're using it now whenever it's needed. However, as I said, that good defense by Ballhogs. They're not letting those rounds and those laps accumulate very much, so we haven't seen any shots so far.
No, nothing yet. Just kind of sneaking in, seeing where you can get your position. It's really about getting into that flow state. Dennis is going to have now that first one open. This is the second gate that's been open so far here beside of Meow Power, but it's been difficult. Again, nice takeaway and a good find. Phantom Lord has been actually getting very much in the midst of finding these interceptions, especially from the exterior of the bowl, but they've not really been able to establish some long-term passing. They're more just chasing the tail here of Meow Power.
Yeah, I don't like that because yes, Phantom hasn't been very good at getting those tackles. But whenever he does get the ball, he doesn't get the speed right out. It takes him a while, and then while he is finding the groove, he gets tackled once more, and then it's all back into Meow's Power's hands. So right now they're almost there to get that 3-pointer open, and they're gonna take it. They took the 3-pointer as soon as they got it. I don't blame them. You know, they fought hard to get that second lap. And once they did, it was open net, open donut. Give it to me.
Yeah, nice little layup too to just kind of finish it off. This one, this was the missing piece to the puzzle here early on in game number 1. As I mean, you kind of stretch it wide. It's like, can you work from those mid towers, or you're going to try and go to the outside of the bowl to really get some extra speed? I like the Manny pass. We get a bouncer falling into first bowl, but it's going to be caught into immediate traffic. They haven't broken this first checkpoint, but they're trying to force Meow Power to maybe answer to their own speed. But that 3-pointer on the board now dictates a different definition here of this first game.
I was talking about Neon, being that person to pop off, and he's finally getting a hold of the ball. I think this is the first time he catches the ball, and that was a great interception. A big greedy with that pass. It was a very long pass. The thing is, if it's very long, it gives Meow Power some more time for them to catch onto it. And you see Noctanul now going, against the flow. He decided to go, against to get that second one open, and going for the fourth one. It was completely open. I think that the strategy that they used to go backwards a little bit to get that second gate and then move forward once more, it disrupted the defense a lot, and they were playing catch instead of being able to have someone on the rink. I mean, on the donut and defend it.
Yeah, they had all 3 players chasing down. They thought they may be able to just get some extra speed, but no. As soon as you're trapped on that 2-3 lane, you're basically dead to rights, especially if someone's about to make that turn. And with the way that you can get the mechanical prowess out of Meow Power, it's almost impossible to catch them lacking, especially. So, making the best of that situation. A 4-0 right now. If you want to get a little bit of extra BM, could finish it with 9, but it looks like they want to go for the dunk. That last one is open. So now they have to dedicate at least 1 extra defender to sticking it to it long term. And Dennis, I mean, they don't even need the extra points on it, but it would feel pretty good to win an even greater stature. You have, I think, Phantom sitting right in front of them, desperately just trying to defend anything of that final shot.
They're going for the Niner, and people in the chat were calling that. They were saying, yes, they're going to do it. Oh, it's still alive, so they still have a chance. They go for the pass now. The ball is up high. It seems like Loi was a little bit late for that one, and they get the denial. So back into the 3 laps once more. I don't know. I mean, there's still a chance here for Ballhawks. They got to play very smart. We haven't seen any offense from them so far. I mean, it's been all defense because that's all that Meow Power has been able to give them. But again, Lowai with the ball once more, and getting the speed and getting back into the action.
They're either going to be looking for a 9 to start things off, or they're going to be looking for a really cool 1. I think they're just going to try and stretch this Ball Hogs defense thin. It's a 1v3. This one's going to bonk away. It does open up the 3rd lap, and maybe a nice roundhouse kick will give them something. No, Lowai is able to make the recovery. It's going to be a Manny that goes out of the first bowl, and then it falls into the lane. They're all diving after it. Nope, to Newell. Over to Lowai one more time. They're just looking for that final positional shot. You have 1 man dedicated to it. 2-man defense stands in front of Dennis. Make it all 3. They have to make him bite. Do we get a 9-0 to start things off? They're going for the manual pass, and even the observer's like, bro, what are you doing? And it will be 9 to start it off here in game 1.
The ultimate disrespect in game number 1, but this is why. I mean, you get this number 1 seed so powerful throughout the whole season, and I don't want to say that Ballhawks is bad, but it is the only team right now here on the playoffs that has a negative record, right? So So it is quite a bit of a mismatch when you look at the records, the season records for both teams, and I think Meow Power just showcased why.
Yeah, I mean, you say they're not bad, they definitely aren't, but this is a team that's really good. I mean, obviously you have one of the best, actually the best Middle Eastern player in the form of Loweye that was able to be so disruptive so much of the time and really just solid handling of the ball every time they were working up and down the rink up against Ball Hogs, and then Dennis that was again a menace. Like literally everyone on Meow Power is individually just head and shoulders and above Ball Hogs right now. And Ball Hogs, I mean, it's game number one. So it's a best of 5 for a reason. Give a lot of time over to Ball Hogs to maybe able to get to some adaptation. But, I mean, game one was authoritative. A 9-0 speaks to that.
Wait, I really enjoy the in-game name for Loweye, Lucy the Devil, because that's basically what it is, right? It's Lucy, Lucifer, the devil.
Yeah.
It's all incarnated in there. It's just making you pay for whatever mistake that you do in the rank. So Loweye and everyone else, as you mentioned, they were great on game number one, going for the niner, 9-0, which is something that's pretty weird. I haven't seen many of those. Especially, well, I mean, when I'm playing, I see them all the time against me. But when these guys are playing, I don't see it very often. So I don't know. Ultimate disrespect, as I said before. Let's see how Ballhawks make any changes, if they can make anything happen here on game number 2.
Kind of calling back to that first game. Both sides finding 5 big tackles in the midst of all of the pressure. And then you had actually a surplus of turnovers, but that one running against the Ball Hogs, they were intercepted a couple more times. So I didn't really get to see the true saves, though they do post someone up in defense. No one really stopping when the actual shots end up coming through. And that first gate comes open again so far. All gates coming online only in favor of Meow Power. Look how they're pressuring out the defender. They slam that one to the lower side of the donut.
The difference is that this time around there were defenders to try to stop that shot, right? I think so. I think there were some people over there, but they went for the tackle. They made it open, up to null, perfect shot as well. So everything great by Meow Power. They go with the same strategy that they had before. They start with a 3-pointer. Now, will they go with a 1-pointer once more and then try to go for the 5er again, just because they feel that confident? Maybe they do, but we shall see in the following seconds here.
This is also, in case it wasn't seen, this isn't an all-American group either. They have one Frenchman in the way of Tepaouf. So see if they can be able to get maybe a bit of that European flair to kind of mix into this Ball Hog group in the right way, but they can't navigate that second ball. So now they end up with it on hands, and with Dennis, they find it on the transition with Loweye, and they're actually looking straight back to Dennis if they can hand it off. No, they have Nope to Null straight in front of them, and there is just so much speed on that transition.
And they got the 1-pointer, and they're gonna do it. That's gonna be it, right? They're going for the 5er once more, and then try to do another 9er. I mean, you saw it before. They have the same ammo. They're going for that modus operandi, and I'm sure it's gonna happen. I mean, I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. I'm sure that they're gonna try for it.
Yeah, the attempt will occur. Yeah. But you know what? If anything, it gives Ball Hogs more time to play, because you do have a 3rd place match after all this, which I'm not saying is the guaranteed. But if you're taking a lot of time to really be able to warm up into series play, if your team is throwing out some avid antics, as I can put it, then why not try? Nope to Null, they see Loweye on the other side, and they're going to trampoline pass all the way as they slam down onto their back. They got Dennis in front of them as well, and maybe one more. No, the clothesline will come through as they try to get that team pass.
There you go. There's the defense of the Ball Hogs just trying to wake up a little bit, but they haven't been having this same issue the whole time. They do get one tackle here and there, but after that tackle, what happens? Are they able to get the ball back? Are they able to move around? Are they able to control the action for a little bit longer? And the answer to all of those is no. They haven't been able to do so, and that's why we see Meow Power continuing the action and moving forward, and now they are about to open that 3-pointer. With the speed that you mentioned before, especially from Nope to Null, this guy, just the way that he is skating around is fantastic. And one more gate to go, and they'll have that 5-pointer that they're looking for.
Untouchable right now is Nope the Null. Everyone trying to take advantage of that speed, and so are they off the ramp, maybe looking for a shot, and they slam it on in! A dunk to finish it off, and currently through 2 games, it is 18-0.
I want to watch it again. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's bad, but at the same time, it's great. It was a great dunk, and great finish here. I was thinking to myself, I mean, why go for the niner when you can actually finish it with a great dunk or something? And he said, I can do both. I just can do both. I'll go for the niner, and then I'll also get the great dunk at the same time. Make everything even flashier. And now we are looking into the third game. It might be. It is. I mean, I can't say it is elimination match, but it will stop Ballhawks from going to the finals. We do have a third place match. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So whoever, I mean, if Ballhawks loses this one, they'll still have another match here on the playoffs, but it's not gonna be conducive for the main spot on the playoffs.
Yeah, it's so far not great when you kind of look at it for the side of Ballhogs. So we're going to be going
18-0.
18, trying for the perfect 27-0, which is just that's just disrespectful. It's, I mean, if you can do it, do it. But there is a titanic person in front of these Ballhog players, and their name is Nope Tanul. We're gonna go right back over to Zen Temple, and we're gonna see if this one finishes off in as furious of a flurry as we saw a moment ago. Gotta see if more involvement is gonna happen, because the majority of it has been just so far and away a Phantom in the first game, but otherwise Neon and Tepaouf, it's been tough to get these 3 players to really disrupt the flow of Meow Power.
Almost impossible, right? They have been able to get a few tackles, but that's it. So we are going into the cannonball here. Shot, and oh my god, I was gonna say, okay, they finally got the ball. No, they got the ball and a kick onto their faces, so they were not able to control the ball by any means. It is Meow Power once more with the ball, and we have seen this plenty of times. Are they gonna continue with the ammo? Are they going for the 3-pointer, 1-pointer, and then the 5er? I say yes so far, but we shall see. It is no. They start with a 1-pointer. Okay, and I mean the same way that they finished game number 1, they start game number 3.
They're at least putting the higher difficulty on themselves when it comes to these, because the self-pass dunk is just, I mean, it looks so pretty. Imagine getting 4 of those in a row and then getting a 5er at the end off of the same thing. Can you keep doing it, Nope to Null? If you keep doing it, eventually this team might just quit.
Well, I mean, quitting is just losing this one, so yeah. Oh, we're not gonna see like a quit, right? That's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we got him once more. Are they going for the 1-pointer? Are they going for the 3-pointer? Are they trying something else? Do they want to go with a bunch of weird shots every single time now? That's like going for 5 weird, crazy shots every single time. That's my question. Or do they want to go for the Niners? I think so. I thought so. I thought this will be the game where they will try 5 dunks or something, 5 crazy shots, and probably go for the Niner as well. But I think they're gonna take advantage of every single
my gosh,
opportunity now.
Yeah. I mean, why not try the more mechanical things while you can? Because at this point, if it's so stark, the differential that you got right now between yourself and the number 4 seed of the Ball Hogs. And the Ball Hogs, credit to them, they were able to fight through a tough season, and they didn't qualify into this playoff position. But the top 3 is very, very well defined. And if there's a moment for Meow Power to be able to think, all right, we can try things out, get experimental before we go into a possible inevitable grand final, do it here while you have the time and leniency to do so. That's some great work by Tepaouf, trying to look for a pass and finally get a gate broken open as Neon Nexion is able to find it, but they're finding themselves in the face of 3 very feisty kittens.
And the kittens are trying to bite. They're scratching, they're trying to get there, but so far, I mean, this is the best ball control that we have seen from the Ball Hawks, and I don't say that lightly. I mean, it's the clock is ticking, and they are keeping the ball in their hands, not for long. Not to know. was able to, just time it perfectly, just wait there. It's like, you're a hunter and you're just waiting for the moment until they pass through a certain checkpoint, and then you attack. That's how it felt for Nocturnal in that situation. Very patient.
Be able to kind of pick how they want to tear this all down, and they're going to run out this timer as much as they can. They've set land speed records for high speed collisions as well as quick scoring. Nope to Newell will take over. Self pass, nice dodge, go outside and in, good transition to get it over into Dennis's hands, and they don't want to be left out of the party. Nice self pass, and guess what? It turns into another high flying dunk. That's 3 in a row.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I remember a time where these shots were difficult. I remember a time when people will try them and try them and try them in free play and nothing. And then these guys are doing this right now, right here against Ballhogs. I mean, this is like you're watching a Smurf account, going against some guys. And it's bad that I'm saying that, because Ballhogs are not bad players by any means. So that's the crazy part of everything right now. Yeah, 3-0. In 4 minutes to go. What else are we gonna see from the kittens, from the Meow Power? I don't know, but this time anything is gonna surprise me.
It's difficult because you have your echelons and elite tiers of play, and we've seen it at every kind of esports title. There is where they are and where you are. You get to be somewhere in the midst of the middle, but that upper tier is very, very all right, no one else is invited. You got to earn your spot here. 17-1, this team has gone in the regular season. They're going to try and add an 18th in terms of playoff, and don't have the perfect season record, but very damn near. Neon Nexion with a self pass, and they're just looking for a teammate. They would look for just at least one score. This is actually attainable to tie up. But I say that in the face of Meow Power has denied them at every step. They haven't even opened the gate yet to try and get a score going.
Not even through the whole game, through the whole series?
Not at all. Not once.
That's unfortunate here. They're trying. Their defense is very tight right now, but Meow Power not letting their defense get weak by any means. There's Phantom Lord.
That's great.
Great use of the emote. I love it.
Oh, goodness. You know what? It's going to turn into a dance party in this second ball. There's a lot of dodging and the dodge spam from Nope to Newell. This is going to get taken down by Neon Nexion. And, some good fun at least. They know that maybe they're a bit of outclassed, a bit outmatched, but at least sticking to the plan, trying to get some of this rotation. You have some quick successions as well of some fast tackling and just one touch on for this possession. But 3-0 right now. Nope to Newell's turning this into a slow game as we're just staying on the floor.
All right, 2 minutes left here. Are they gonna go for the for the Niner once more? That's my question right now. They've been taking it easy. This here on game number 3. It's easier, not easy, but easier. So they haven't been as offensive as they were before. We can see Ballhogs having more chances with the ball, which is I don't want to say it's not to credit for them, because they have been finding ways to get better defense, but at the same time I haven't seen Power being as fast or maybe as smart with the ball as they were before. So let's see if Ballhogs finally can do something here on the last 80 seconds that we have on the clock. They're definitely trying to get one goal and then just ruin the perfect run for Meow Power that we have seen so far.
Yeah, one goal, get one, turn off the scoreboard, get what you get. Neon seeing his team being taken down faster than troops in Normandy. Phantom trying to be able to get this one on the outside. They don't have a lot of space, and they still have to be able to get 3 points on the board if they want to tie it up. That one's going to be denied, and we reset it again. I don't think a 9 is going to be coming up, but they still may just push the limit anyway. Dennis to the outside, to Nope to Newell. They're going to follow it up. That one, Tom Brady would have nodded at how deep that Hail Mary was.
Nope to Newell has all the angles, if it's just a sniper ball or maybe a dunk or whatever, he's gonna find a way. If he has got a line, he is gonna make sure that the ball goes into the the donut. So we got 44 seconds here left on the clock. Can they get the niner? That's my question right now. That's are they going for that one?
It would have to get 3 laps in less than 36 seconds because they've already got the dub. Oh man,
Exactly. Yeah, it's not gonna
yeah.
happen. Yeah.
Nah.
The clock is just gonna run down, and they're not gonna be able to continue. So that's gonna be impossible, I think. But we shall see. We shall see if Ballhogs is able to get the miracle. They're trying. They're going for it. They're fighting still.
Yeah, this is not a team that's going quietly. Neon, they're holding on desperately to the rock. One last chance to stay alive before third place is all they can get as a consolation prize. Phantom is going to get knocked down, and that dream is going to be snuffed out. As soon as this touches his hands, it will actually go back to Tepo, just teasing them for how long they let them live. Neon, an orange wall before them as they have to navigate around Meow Power, and they are just bullying them away from this first checkpoint.
Yeah, that was a big troll from Meow Power, just letting the ball go away. They knew that it's like, okay, we're gonna give you another chance, and that chance is over right now. It's completely over. So 22-0 was the final score for the series. Not a 27, but
Yeah.
still pretty good.
I guess pretty good. Good enough, I suppose. It was a team that just, oh man, they could do no wrong on the side of Meow Power, going 3-0 in here in best of 5 semifinal play, and they will be the first one to stomp their way into the grand final. Not quietly, very loudly, they threw the door open, said, "Ma, what's for dinner?" And they're taking a seat at the table with their feet up on the tablecloth. So, this team is just good. This obviously is now 18-1 through both regular and playoff season. So what can't be said about them other than just positive things? On the other side, Ballhogs are going to be given a second chance, but only in a third place realm. At least $100 up for grabs, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about these stats. I don't know how they get the position right. Do we have anyone with a counter with a clock ticking there every single time? But I believe it. 95% against 5%. That's how it felt. That's how we felt every single time that Meow Power had the ball. That they were keeping the ball to themselves, and not that many passes. It was just a lot of speed and very good use of the fakes and the dodges. So I mean, they could pass whenever they needed, right? But it was a lot of Noctanul just keeping the ball in their hands. And I think he has spikes, right? He has spikes on that suit, and he can just spike the ball in there and keep rolling. And then every single shot was amazing. So yeah, I mean, if we're going into the finals now, whoever is facing Meow Power, they're gonna have their hands full.
They're going to have an insane amount of work to do. But luckily for us, there are at least one of these two teams that have taken them the distance in best of 3 play in the regular season. We get to see on the other side of this break who will be joining that squad of Meow Power in the grand finals. It's going to be Balaki versus the Elite Troops. How can these teams fare? Who is ready to dare maybe to join Meow Power at that table? We'll get to find out right after this.
my name has gotten so big it's getting dangerous, dangerous. And the taste is oh so sweet, but it's poisonous. I glitter gold, I look real nice, but you should know, you should know. If you get too close, you cannot hold me responsible. I can hear them talk up and down the block. They're saying tick, tick, tock, 'cause I'm about to blow up. They all want my heart, they want a piece of me. They all want my heart, 'cause baby I'm the queen bee. I can cut through you, I'm a diamond, diamond. And I'm the lightning in the hurricane that keeps winding. I can hear them talk up and down the block. They're saying tick, tick, tock, 'cause I'm about to blow up. They all want my heart, they want a piece of me. They all want my heart, 'cause baby I'm the queen bee. Baby I'm the queen bee. And I can take you where the wind blows. I can walk you through the white snow. And I can make it rain fire. I can make it burn higher. I can hear them talk up and down the block, up and down the block. They're saying tick, tick, tock, tick, tock, 'cause I'm about to blow up, 'cause I'm about to blow up. They all want my heart, they want a piece of me, they want a piece of me. They all want my heart, 'cause baby I'm the queen bee. They all want my heart.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to get into our second semifinal here for the Six Man's Premier League playoffs. I'm Hail Monkey Man in the booth alongside Chamako, and we got to see 22 unanswered points. It was a 3-0 slap fight, but it was a bullying contest as well, done on to Ball Hogs as Meow Power does get into the grand finals. First, they're waiting on the winner to come out of this matchup. And Chamako, I feel like this is going to be a much tighter contest. We get to see kind of the records of how everyone came in, and both these teams, they did pretty good through the regular season.
Yeah, if we're looking at the records, there's very even. I think Balaki has a 15-3 record, while Elite Troops had a 14-4. It was even by their season, their own matchups. It is a one apiece for each one. I think the last one was a little bit better for Elite Troops. I think they won 2-1 that last engagement that they had, but it's still very even. So who knows? I mean, this might be a coin toss here. The thing is that the team that has the better record has the advantage on the server. So that might be a big deal going into this match, and it's going to be Balaki with that server advantage.
Yeah, and this is also going to be interesting because as we go into this matchup, we get to see on Balaki, they have the lone Americans now remaining of Sinez, Character, and Grayly Pigeon. Seen them around the scene forever. But they're going to go against Elite Troops, which is Texter, Waitsu, and Rayo. And I mean, these six players in particular, a lot of experience, a lot of fluency when it comes to this game. But the last time these two teams fought against one another, in the second week, it was 2-0 for Balaki. But in week number 5, it went 2-1 in favor of Elite Troops. So maybe some late-term momentum could give them that little difference of advantage. We go to game number 1. Let's see how this one will play out.
Yeah, I mentioned the server advantage, but that's not all it, right? It does play a big factor if you know this game, going for those cycles and getting the dodge on the right moment with a little bit of ping can prove to be a headache, right? It can be a lot to ask for. But right now, it seems like Waitsu is doing very well. He doesn't care about that ping disadvantage. He's just gonna steal the ball and move around. And now that he has the ball, he's gonna keep himself away from the opponents as much as he can. Make all that space that he needs, so he doesn't have to do that last second adjustment and just play it very smart and keep the ball away from the defenders as much as they can.
Texter, one of those key glue pieces for being able to get this ball moving around. And I mean, they've done that for their entirety of their RC career. So you do that and you get them to the versatility. Rayo letting off the ball to make sure and go and get a tackle. And this one's actually still in terms of possession over for Elite Troops until it is reset and now taken over by Balaki. But they did have that first gate opening up, and we both are looking for both these teams to get some offense going. It was a very lopsided venture in our first semifinal. I want to see this start to turn and see how both these teams can deal with a bit of extra pressure.
Yeah, let's see if this actually looks like a best of 5, instead of just what's the word I'm looking for? Like a free training mode for one of the teams, and that doesn't seem to be the case so far. They're fighting for possession here. For the ball is going to be stolen by Texter once more, and I'm telling you, Balaki has the ping advantage, but it's not looking easy for them by any means. They are having issues getting that first lap done. Finally, they move past that third gate and maybe be able to get through the fourth one. They have opened the donut a little bit here and there, but it hasn't been easy. And now it's stolen. No, not quite. Character was able to get the ball, and now with the pass up front, and it is Texter the one to steal the ball and reset things once more.
Yeah, they kind of hold hands out there underneath the donut. Both sides testing the defense and both sides answering the call, especially on the outside rim around much of this rink. Rayo looking to just get reset. They thought about going the wrong way to get this lap going, as this first gate has become a cesspool, very difficult to navigate. They go very high to go vertical to look for their teammates and end up on the floor regardless. And as that high-low starts to commence, it's been very difficult for this Balaki squad to really keep man-on-man pace. Grayly Pigeon, I think one of our few console players actually, is able to get that tackle, and we'll go for another reset.
What, people can actually play from console? Okay,
I know.
Not a big deal here. Actually, a few of the greats have been from console every single time. what was it? Alexander was from console as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few. We had a few back when, but right now they're not here. We're gonna keep the focus on the teams that we have around right now, and it's way to dodging everyone. And he goes for that one pointer. He misses that one. I know, guys, you can't actually miss. I mean, you saw Noctinul not miss anything before, but you can actually miss. It's not a freebie by any means. So great seal, and now Sinus is gonna be the one. He opens the donut and he says, "You know what? I'm gonna give it to character. You decide what to do with the ball."
And Character gives it immediately over to Grayley pitch, and they're going to have to take it from this mid of the first lane. And now they actually find it on that next pass. It's going to fall in open waters. And just as they were looking to start on the 3-point run, they get tackled from behind. So good recovery from the squad out of Elite Troops as they saw a huge threat in front of them and are able to shut it down.
More passing plays here. It's gonna be the. I don't want to call them the Americans, but you know, Balaki. Let's say Balaki. They're moving around, keeping the ball to their hands. It's gonna across the third gate, but it's gonna be stolen by Wade Su. Easy steal. You gotta be very careful with those long passes. You know, every single time that you go with a long pass, it's a great opportunity for one of the opponents to actually steal the ball. So you know. Yes, the magnetic passes are great, but at the same time, you gotta be careful not to give too much opportunity for the opponents to steal the ball.
Yeah, if you're doing a long pass and you've already kind of pre-positioned one of your teammates to be there in the first place, so they take those with kind of a grain of salt of preparation. But at the 2:20 mark, 2 minutes is when this starts getting a bit more threatening. They're probably going to try for one extra lap before maybe the one-pointers start rearing their head. Waitsu is able to recover just as everyone else gets tripped up. And with Kerta on the ground, that leaves Sainez responsible now for the 3-point guard. Look how they're trying to tackle vertically so they can get the uppercut going. And that's actually leaving a lot of space. Waitsu on the shot. It's going to be a pass back over to Texture. Do they look for the 5? A 3's right in front. Character's being bullied, and that means it's wide open.
It was so open that he was in denial. Like, should I go for it? I want to go for the 5er, but it's right there. Look at him. He's like, oh, should I do it? Okay, I'll do it.
Looks like, wait a minute. I didn't think my teammate would also go for Character, because Character started to lean out from the donut, and then he slaps him down. He's like, oh, that's free right there. Let's go. So less than 2 minutes now. 3 points are open, and they're able to find Balaki lacking for all of a moment, and it's feeling like there is no advantage at all to either side, as neutral as you can be. Waitsu will all be on this catch. We got less than 100 seconds now here, Chimako, but Character makes sure to intercept before a 4th comes up.
It's impressive what you were saying, right? It doesn't feel like there's any unbalance in the servers for all of them. The ping is even. It feels that way, at least in the way we're seeing them play. I don't think it is actually that way, but so far very well done by Elite Troops. And now we are heading into that last minute of the game, and it is Balaki, the hometown team, the one that is trailing. They gotta go at least for a 3-pointer, but maybe for a 5er if they want to win it with only one goal. Let's see if they can manage to get another lap here. They're trying. I mean, you see Sinus, but the teammates are very far away, so he probably is better off going the opposite way to game number 2.
And Waitsu with the forward check is forcing him to be able to have to fade away. That 3-pointer is going to be denied, and now they can't get started on it. 40 seconds remaining. Elite Troops trying to steal game number 1 right now. They have the only 3 points that have been found, and 0 shots of the 3 separate gates that have been opened up by Balaki have had any attempt, and that's just now the takeaway game. Elite Troops going to try and make this so difficult to track down the ball.
Are they going to take that 1-pointer? I will take it. I will take it if I had the chance here, if I am Elite Troops, just to make things a little bit harder. Actually, you know what? You got to keep the ball in your hands and just win the game. So, yeah, I'm completely wrong about it. So, Rayo, just keeping the ball in its hands and maybe go for the pass for Texter. Just, you know, everyone, went past him, so he's going to keep the ball himself. And that's a win right now for Elite Troops.
Elite Troops take game number 1. What a way, too. As it really did feel, Chimako, like this one was Elite Troops not exactly leading them, Balaki by the nose, but definitely being in much more control than what I was initially going to give them credit for. So good job over to Elite Troops, and they will take the first of this best of 5. And I mean, kind of thanks, shout out over to our I believe it is Zan that is getting a little bit of these stats as we're seeing in real time. Tons of tackles on both sides. It's pretty even, 11 to 12, but it's really the amount of shots they're able to put up. 3 goals, and one of those shots kind of fell short to the low rim. Gotta see if simply, you know, having opportunities to get something on net is going to allow Balaki to get in this game.
We're going to game number 2 then in Balaki. I mean, we saw it. The defense wasn't bad at all. I mean, they had 3 saves themselves, but not as many shots as they needed. Actually, no shots whatsoever, I think. Yeah. The one shot that I said it was missed, it was confirmed on the chat that it was a pass. They were trying to go for the pass and not the shot itself. So we go into game number 2. Balaki, they have the better season. They should be having the better ping, at least on paper here. But you know what I learned on Rocket League is that I have played with people from EU that had almost as good as a ping of as I do on US East. So I don't know what's the reason for that. Maybe we need better infrastructure here. But whatever it is, it doesn't seem to be bothering by any means Elite Troop with the ping, and they are showing here that they can hang against Balaki very, very well.
They got that Skynet type of connection, something for them. But this is, again, early interim here of game number 2. Going to be a lot of control by Elite Troops, and it's not without having to navigate some difficult traffic. Grayley Pigeon, who has been that enforcer for Balaki, able to make a big block in front of them. So now they actually stint this lane as they take away from this rotation. But look at them in the uppercut position. Sainez, they actually have this open, and this is going to be one of the first times they can start rotating for a 3-point play. Character takes them to the low end. They're having to dodge through, and they have to hand it off over to Grayley.
Yeah, that was close. I thought Rayo had that one, and it's going to be a 3-pointer wide open for Sainez. In he goes! He fakes it a little bit. There was one defender. I thought it was one open, but it wasn't. There was one defender there, and Sainez just decided to go around the donut and then take that shot from the other side. A snipe. I mean, that was a bullet of a shot, and they got the lead right now.
That was a pitchback play. They were able to go just in front of Donut, and as the rotation of the defender, they went over and then underneath. It was kind of a U shape when they took it. And as they saw them on the curve, said, you know what, timing-wise, bam, let's kick that one back. So for the first time in the entirety of the broadcast today, an opposing team is able to get the other some points. So you're going to see that for that one break open, but it is now Elite Troops that want to get a lot faster with it, but their second attempt, the second roll, has become very difficult. And look at the positioning here. They are very much man on man.
I don't know if you are Balaki, do you want to defend this one or just leave it wide open for them to take the bite? And I think no, they actually defend it. So it's gonna be Rayo going for the 5er now. Oh, he's going back. He's faking things a lot. I mean, I was fake at least. I don't know about the players themselves, but it seems like only one more gate and they will be in a 5er situation. Rayo trying to sneak in, going through that ball. There's the pass. There is the opportunity for the 5er now.
Oh, wait soon. They take a step back and they're going to force everyone to stay away. They're going to have someone body check forward. Rayo's on the opposite end. Everyone's on the opposite side of the donut and they cannot go forever. So they have to get this timing up on the defensive rotation. And they just flat out go for the shot. Make them jump up and the party confetti pops. That's going to be a steal by Elite Troops.
And you see everyone so focused on the donut. They were defending it. You see Waitsu, going punching into the face of everyone else. And the thing is that Texter, he wasn't being tackled. He didn't have any defender close to him. So he could take all his time to go for the perfect shot, and that's what he did.
Yep, there was that bit of anxiety that you end up just rotating everyone to just kind of go up and down both sides of the donut. And then as you're trying to get that quick rotational replacement, you forget who's supposed to go forward and make it difficult and cover up the shooter. That happened a little bit. Grayley Pigeon came to the inside wall on the initial streak, but then when they dropped into that first bowl, there was no one there to stop them. So for all intents and purposes, it is now a reverse sweep necessary here for Balaki. the lone Americans trying to keep themselves going, but they're meeting up against some tough Italians in the way of Texter and Areo. Waitsu's been right between them to see if they can disrupt them. Is it going to be an all-EU affair in the grand finals, or can Balaki be able to put up and shut up all the doubters as we go into game number 3? That is a tough task in front of them.
And the thing is, you can't get too comfortable with a three-pointer here, and that's a lesson for Balaki. And now, with that in mind, are they going to take a three-pointer if they have the chance, or are they going to go for the fire? Because it beat them in the ass. It did. You know, it's like, man, we were doing so good. We had opportunity to go forward a little bit more, and we just, you know, decided to go with a three-pointer. We just got too comfortable with that one, and then we were not able to stop the offense from elite troops once it started rolling.
We roll in here now into the first half minute of play, and I feel like we'll still see the multi-pointers take advantage of. You get a 3 open. It's still not bad. It's simply about how you build. You cannot let possession happen for free like it did with elite troops, as they found that 5 late term, and it was just dead to rights once they had them kind of stuck on that goal line. You lose momentum in this game, much like you do in games like Rocket League, and you basically become a brick. And not many bricks I know go very fast once they've stopped moving. Texture on the tackle, and it's going to be elite troops now picking up possession, but this is some free loose ball play, trying to decide who's going to be stepping up.
Isaac Newton will be very happy with your explanation of inertia right there. Yeah, so proud. But yeah,
I learned.
You're completely right about that. So momentum and keeping the speed here is key for the most part, or at least you know, be in a place where you have enough kinetic energy, so you can, you know, just, you know, potential energy. Yeah, I think it's potential. You know, the one I'm looking for. Anyway, I'm not very good at physics, and we don't have to be here to play this game. So right now, elite troops having a little bit more of a harder time getting past that 4th gate, opening that donut. And I like the defense that I'm watching from both teams. You know, it's been a very heavy-duty affair here. It seems like an MMA fight almost at this point.
Yeah, it feels almost like, you know, if you compare it to kind of a fist fight, it's where both sides are kind of staying up in a grapple, or rather staying up in the clinch and then taking like quick jabs at each other, but then getting down to the ground. And the difficult part about this as well is, you know, we still have tons of time. We just passed the first couple of minutes and we're working on minute number 3. You are in this position, if you're Balaki, where you have to reverse sweep to even have a chance of the grand final. And the more and more that timer goes down, it comes down to who has final possession. We know defense was one of the toughest things in this game. So then it comes down to a 1-pointer feeling like a 5. So do you play that long game, or how quickly do you try and find that head of steam for any kind of offense? It has been no separation from these teams as they're breathing down each other's necks.
Man, it's sending 3 people, you know, going for the tackles, everyone, you know, going for a demon dive and everything else, and finally Sinus had some speed. But as I say that, you know, he has someone just right there on his neck trying to go for the tackle as well. So you, even if you are feeling like you're going super fast, you can get too comfortable here. And now with less than 4 minutes here on the clock, they finally, and when I say it's Balaki finally open up the net once more. So let's see if they go for the 3-pointer once more, or if they decided that, you know, one time was enough and they're going for the fiber. It seems like they're going for the fiber. They want to secure this win.
Oh man, they have a chance to. They were able to get a great slingshot off of Grayley as well as Character. They're going to pass it over to Sinez on the outside. They have one inside as well, Character and Grayley up top of it. They're going to have a 5. Ooh. Everyone committed. 5-0. That's a great bounce back here in game 3.
It was basically the same shot that Sinus was able to make on game number 2. This time around, instead of a 3-pointer, it was a 5-pointer. But it's basically the same thing. You know, he gets past the donut and then he turns around and gets the shot. And it worked once. It works even better now with which gives them the win in game number 3.
Hey, you know what? Keeping it close. That we know that this team is able to score that 3-pointer. You know, at first when you put that one in, you're looking at, all right, want to keep something on the board, want to be able to keep moving. But this time around, They're like, you know what? Let's keep it in our hands. We are much more successful if we simply control how this game is going versus allowing elite troops the free cannonball shot from the initial launch. So great looks now as we finally get into some extended play. A game 4 just in front of us, and there were some solid connections on that last offensive run there by Balaki elite troops. So they have the leniency to let them have one. Did they let them have one, Chimako? Is this all part of the plan?
I don't think you let a team as good as that, you don't let them have one. Okay, I don't think so. I don't think so. This time around, you want to go all the way, especially when you have such a big matchup coming on the finals as well. You want to go as warm as you can, as hype as you can. If you can get the 3-0 and feel very strong, just do that and feel very strong. So I think this was all Balaki. They were able to play way better defense on game number 3. Tackles galore all over, and avoid as many turnovers. Although they did have 8 turnovers, but it's nothing comparable with the 13 that they have on game number 1.
Biggest thing that I see difference-wise with these two, between these games, all 3 games, 7 saves to the 2 that elite troops have. So there's been a lot more focus on kind of floor play and wall play to immediately stop where the possessions go. But you have Balaki that actually takes a very conscious step back to get themselves into a defensive position to kind of deal with the oncoming attack versus you having that full kind of body check pressure to just go out for it. Rayo looking at the potential to go for that one, or maybe they were taking a step back to go into that rotation. Either way, we will have this ball change hands.
Yeah, I don't think he was going for the 1-pointer, but yeah, I see what you're saying. It took him too long into that play, and defense is strong right now, especially in the bowl. The bowls are chaotic right now for either team. As I say that, right? Yeah. Right in the bowl, Texter was able to go for the dive kick and get that tackle away and get the ball away from the opponent's hands. They're missing in this one. Grelly Pigeon is going to be the one to go hit the gate on number 1 and then move forward. Sign is very strong, very speedy here, moving around, and he gets the first lap completed for Balaki.
Character kind of wall stalling, and you see Grayley right in the midst of 2. I'm surprised he got out of there without being taken out, and they want to hand it off over to Sainez, and that's exactly why Texter, even when on ground, is able to get some level of kick to steal it away from Grayley, and that's unfortunate because that was looking very promising. Character ahead of steam and a lot of speed, but they end up stalling now as they have to go back and open up the next gate, and 5 minutes remaining here. This is feeling eerily similar to that previous game, Chimako.
Yeah, it's feeling the same way. So that means that we might be seeing a goal very soon. Maybe in a minute or so. So pay attention. You never know. It is you said it before. When you're getting to that last minute, it is all about who has control of the ball. And I feel like this is around the time of the game where whoever has control of the ball might be able to do something. Is it going to be a 1-pointer? Is it going to be a 3-pointer? Is it going to be a 5-pointer? I don't know. I have the feeling, I still have the feeling that for whoever team, start making the lap, they're going to go for that 3rd lap, and they're going to try to finish the game with a 5er. I don't think they want to pay the same price that Balaki did on game number 2.
Yeah, no, this is going to come down to who has hands on the rock last. 1-pointer available. Texter is not going to admit there's an option there. They will stay back. They're just waiting for that launch point to evolve. They actually had someone in the bowl, and Waitsu and Texter are now talking about it as they will separate. And you see how Grayley Pigeon just sticks onto this first side checkpoint, and they will take this the long way. So now you have them trying to extend. Sainez went to go tackle Waitsu, and this is forcing them to have to give chase. Waitsu really rallying the troops, and they have to run already 2 laps. They've just gone the long way.
Hey, it doesn't matter. As long as you keep control of the ball, you can do this, for 3 more minutes, maybe 4. It doesn't matter. I mean, you don't have the pressure right now. The pressure is completely on Balaki. They are on the losing end right now. They are losing the series 2-1. It is match point for elite troops. So they were on the right mind to do all that, back and forth that they were doing there. It is completely viable for them to do so. So now it is Sainez with the ball. Grelly Pigeon catches the pass, and he's moving forward. They're going for the speed. They are trying to be very speedy, and they connect, that 4th gate, opening up the 1-pointer. They have the opportunity. If they continue with the speed, they could actually manage to go for that second lap. Oh, they were so close, but they found a little bit of a block road on a block on the road, and now a three-pointer is open. Are they gonna take it? Sinus says no.
No, they're going for the 5. They're leading them by the nose. And look, they're committing to. Synex will turn on the brakes, though. Can they get a pass? Character just around the wall. Can they turn this into a 2-2? Force game 5. All the defenders on the ground. Oh, they go for the upper rim shot. A couple of 5-0s, and Balaki brings it back.
As soon as I saw them going for the speedy plays, that they were getting momentum, and then finally they were able to cross that third, make the third lap. 5-pointer open, and there were not enough defenders there to do anything about it. So we have a tight series, and we go to game number 5.
Reverse sweep is now very much alive and online. Balaki trying to get themselves into the grand final after letting a couple go to elite troops, and it felt like it was all down, done, and dusted. But instead, we go to a fun and festive game number 5, and I love the passing. Just like you were recognizing, so did they, as they were able to connect, and it was a last-ditch effort by elite troops on that second lane to try and get those tackles. They committed to getting that done before posting up into zone defense, and because of that, there was not enough in the right position to get ready for the low-level shot, that shot to the high rim. Can Balaki complete the reverse sweep, or was it all for memes, and does elite troops shut down their dreams?
Okay, Dr. Seuss, take it easy there.
My bad.
I am not ready for those. No, you're doing great, man. You're doing great, and so are both teams. So far, Balaki with the momentum, not only in the speed, but also in controlling the ball, in getting those fivers at the end of each game, and closing the gap between these two teams. So Karacha with the pass, it misses, and Gurley Pigeon somehow flies through and catches that one. He's gonna play with Sinus now.
Sinez quickly taking over this first lap. This has been Grayley Pigeon that has been navigating these waters so seamlessly and in stride, finding nice passes over to Sinez and Character have been in premium positions. So tough to get around. That is a nice spare tackle as well. Character, oh, that's Waitsu. That's an enforcing tackle right there, as it looked like they were gonna bust open a third in a moment.
Waitsu was able to fake the defense on the donut, and it seems like he was gonna stay there, and then as soon as he saw, I think it was Character, but not sure, passing by, he decided, okay, I got him. He's way too low. I can make this easy tackle, and I think that was the mistake. Staying low when you see Waitsu on the donut, maybe going higher on the wall would have been wiser and allow them to actually pass by and continue with the control of the ball.
Yeah, it was great recognition, like where they just basically could not take over play. And this is fantastic recognition as well, as they're able to make that long pass and get all of the elite troops to chase after them. And Grayley taking their time. They're waiting for both Sinez and Character to get into vertical positions on the outer pipe way, but because of that, Texter ends up just kind of forward checking, getting rid of them. Good read by Grayley on that pencil dive tackle, but away we go. It's been that chaos handoff. Again, feeling very familiar to the last couple of games. Elite Troops got to change the mood right now.
Yeah, the problem is that it's been very familiar, and yes, Elite Troops has lost the last two games. So you don't want to make it familiar. You want to make it something else, something different. So you gotta get some speed right now. Something that we haven't seen that often from Elite Troops. I feel that the speed has been more in favor of Balaki. And Elite Troops has been getting the goals by making a lot of passing plays, and eventually being able to get to the net, right? But right now they're playing a little bit different. You see how they're spreading out themselves a bit more, using more mechanics to open up against the defenders, and they have the three-pointer available, but they're gonna go for the fiver.
Oh,
are they? No.
Okay, they take a step back. They're all right. We want 3. We're going to get 3, and this is now going to force some hands, because you can either go for the game winner off of that 3 lap, or you can go for another 3 to kind of match up to them. They go straight in front of net, force them to bite. They've done this a couple of times just to make the defense respect it, but this time they do take the multi-point. So we have this moment for Balaki. It's either going to be a 5 to take it, Or they're going to take a 2-lap and at least tie it. Depends on how desperate they get and how this rock may change hands here soon.
To be honest, I think Balaki wanted Elite Troops to go for the 3-pointer because that way, they can try to steal the ball once more and then go for the fiver. And they have been going for the fiver for the last 2 games, so they probably don't have any other mindset than go for the fiver. Now it doesn't matter if it's a 5-0 or a 5-3. That all they want is secure that win. So right now they need to steal the ball. They do so right now, and let's see if they can get that momentum, start playing fast as they want, and get those 3 laps. But I mean, it's gonna be easier said than done. You see the battle here on the ball, on the second ball, everyone going for the tackles. Rayleigh Pigeon is the one that is able to leave flying from that spot. But now he is welcomed with an uppercut from Rayo, who's gonna catch the ball. It's gonna be character.
Oh my goodness! How in the world is this still a? Okay, I was
Yeah,
about to say
I don't know.
how
Wow.
in the world that was just a loose ball play the entire time. Balaki kept that as an orange set, but ends up going right back over into Elite Troops. Now again, if they end up getting a 1-pointer here soon, it will force the hand of Balaki to turn it into a 3-lap play, depending on how much time we got. And they've made it very difficult to transition into a shooting position. Remember, in the first couple of games, they were denied pretty much like any shots. They had all of 1 shot last time in the first 2 games. Now the last couple, they've only need 2 shots to be able to get these 5s. They need some offense rolling quick. And Sainez is looking for options, and they're very separated from Grayley and Character.
Yeah, if I'm Elite Troops, I don't go for that 1-pointer. I want to finish it up now because I have seen, you have seen, we have all seen Balaki go for the fiver and then end up the game there. So you want to have that win before and not give them any chance to actually close it up. This is do or die. This is game number 5. Whoever wins this match goes into the finals to face Meow Power. So they can't give Balaki any chance to actually finish it up. Not even with the last minute in the game. They have to close it out. So let's see now what character can do. I love that mechanics that they're using here to open up. But man, I mean this is bloodthirsty here on the bowls.
The endless uppercut, triple uppercut into the wall. 100 seconds coming up. Last hopes for North America, standing now down 3 points here in game number 5. They were aiming for the reverse sweep. A bit of too much drama could end up being not enough cinema left to be seen. They break open this gate. Grayley Pigeon, do they have any options? They're going to take the low road instead of the high. Wanting to escape. They're going to throw on the brakes, but that's going to also throw it over into opposing hands. They have to reset again.
I missed something. I don't know why Grayley stopped on that play. I thought he had enough momentum to keep going, but he didn't. He saw something else that I didn't see. And this is how now Elite Troops are taking the ball, and it's going to be, play time for 1 minute here. They don't need to go for the gates. They don't need to advance anything. They just need to keep the ball in their hands. And Grayley Pigeon acknowledges that he goes very fast, goes for the tackle, and this is the moment where you don't want to give the ball away. So if you have to play time as well and go counter, commute or whatever, you do it here because you don't want to give that ball away by any means. You see how much they're defending. Elite Troops is defending that gate. The ball goes to the third one. Really Pigeon awkward on that situation, and now it is Elite Troops that wants to catch the ball.
28 seconds. You got to track him down. Character does it immediately. Has to body check him and runs away, trying to keep hands on the rock. With only 20 seconds to go, it's a $350 difference between a first place prize and maybe none at all. See if Character can be able to get it again. Nice passing play. They have to get a second lap, and this first one's been tough to navigate to even get the first. Everyone on the tackle. It's a reset. Texter has it. He has to play keep away. Gives it to Waitsu, and he's running for his life. They get an uppercut, and it's going to be done. Elite Troops take down Balaki, and it's an all-European affair going into the grand finals.
What a game. It was a beautiful game. The magnetic passes, you were listening to them every single time, but they were not hitting. They were not clicking. They were not finding the person, the receiver for some reason. And, it happens. Magnetic passes are not magical. You gotta play them very well. If you're the receiver, you can't be moving all that much. Otherwise, the ball is not going to fall in your hands. So I think a little bit of desperation at the end from Balaki played against them. And I gotta give it to Elite Troops. They were very, very composed, and they, they stayed with what is it, with the strategy the whole time through.
Yeah, they were able to keep it going, and honestly, it was a great near comeback by the side of Balaki, but near is just so close, yet so far. Elite Troops, they will run the Italian Stallions into the grand finals, whereas in just a little bit, after this short break, we're going to be seeing our third place match. Lots of NA to see in there, but you guys should stick around with us. More of the RC6 Men's Premier League playoffs will be back here in just a moment.
No hesitation at the traffic lights. Beneath the black and white windscreen, we drive. I think they caught it on camera. Can't help but feel it again. It's just a necessary price you pay. If you listen to your instincts, and I don't wanna cast it in concrete. And then it hits me again. We're so illuminated in the night. A light together down the firelight. Firelight. Beep, 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 beep,
hide, you seek whatever you find, you keep. I can't stay here in the dark. I can keep on my mask, but you're so near, so near. It's got so clear, so clear. I was half hoping you'd be joking, or maybe this time you had gone mad. You seem lit down by me somehow. Am I moving too slow? You lead, I follow, and I've never been here before, but I recognize the front sliding doors. 'Cause I hide, you seek whatever you find, you keep. You can stay here in the dark. You can keep on your mask, but you're so near, so near. It's got so clear, so clear. joking, joking. Or maybe this time you had gone mad, gone mad. You seem let down by me somehow. Somehow am I moving too slow? You lead or follow, and I've never been here before, but I recognize the front sliding doors. I get you high, you got me stunned. You'll always do this. I'll never leave this one alone, in case I lose this.
machine. What Coco say? Naked is a better way. One thing off, take one thing off, yeah. One thing off, first your shirt and then your pants. One thing off, take one thing off, yeah. One thing off, now shut your mouth and dance. Glitter in my eyelash glue, stick to me and I'll stick to you. But you know where I've been, don't need to try, just let the beat win. Booty, cutie, double D. I like girls and they like me, so unwrap me like bubble gum, 'cause skin on skin is much more fun. One thing off, take one thing off, yeah. One thing off, and then drink me
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RC. We are here with Glorious Esports' Premier League, and we are in the playoffs here. We're gonna figure out who is taking this third spot. We have Elite, or no, my bad. Elite Troops won theirs. I'm gonna give them the credit where they're due. They're playing for number one. We got Balaki and Ball Hogs here for our number 3 spot. The two NA teams in the top 4. It is Mindless Mike. Told you guys I tried my best to be here, and I'm here with Sarek, and we're gonna see what would go on here. Sarek, how's it going?
I'm going good, Another unfortunate incident happened to me today where I was walking into the supermarket and I just turned into a Roller Champions character. It just keeps on happening with me. But anyways, in match number 1 we had Meow Power dominate Ball Hogs to a 3-0 win. And then last match we saw Elite Troops somehow take a victory over Balaki 3-2. And now we're in the bronze match with Balaki versus Ball Hogs. How do you think it's going to go?
I think Balaki just dominating in general are able to be able to take this. Like you said, like they played against Elite Troops, they were going back and forth. Ball Hog kind of got slaughtered a bit from Meow Power, but who knows? Maybe this could be a turning point for them, right? To use that as motivation to really get on Balaki here. It's a potential of going back and forth, but overall, I'm gonna go with Balaki here.
Yeah, I mean, the way Ball Hogs played in that last match, I think I'm going to go for Balaki here too. The way Balaki put up a good fight last match, but Ball Hogs just didn't put up a fight at all. I think it was on 5% possession. Wasn't good enough. My money is on Balaki here.
Understandable. And everybody in the Twitch chat, make sure you get your votes with your channel points here. Win you some channel points. You can either go with the casters with Balaki or go against us and go with Ball Hogs. Let's see what you guys can do and see who wins out, comes out on top of the winning side here. We're gonna start off. Nothing crazy's happened yet. We got Balaki with here, kind of just holding possession straight out of the gate. They got one open already. Nice little easy, simple passes. Able to kind of just dodge some defenders here, but Magnet Pass goes a bit wonky. Character down at the end of it though. He takes out the other side. He ends up still getting it. Ball still loose, still orange, and Tass is gonna go ahead and pick that up and get it reset.
And what a tackle from Balaki that was. But now it's just sort of a scramble. Oh my days! I don't even know what's happening with Ball Hogs with the ball, and it's another scramble here. The ball is loose. The character's gonna take repossession of that ball once again.
The ball scrambles is, I've said this time and time throughout this league, the ball scrambles is what really gets you going, right? It's whatever team can take advantage of these missed passes or these little like falling with, just losing the ball in general. If you're able to maintain the ball after that possession where everybody else is going after it, you automatically already pass like a few different people. So being able to hold on to that your own throughout these scrambles are huge. Sinez kind of looked like he went for a little dump there, but it gets taken out from Neon from behind. No, we've seen Neon on the absolute baloney. It's the same guy. He's just on his other account here.
He's trying to smash the league.
try to make him feel like he's absolute baloney, but really it's Neon next to him, right? He's
exactly
like, I'm here. Yeah.
And
both.
Wow.
Yep. I was gonna say both teams here just already back and forth. Like we said, I said it, the potential going like this, and so far we've seen the gates only open twice.
Oh, and I'm not sure what Phantom Lord was trying to do there. He might have saw an invisible teammate that we didn't see that he was trying to pass to, but I don't know what he did. He had a 1-pointer wide open, and if I was Ball Hogs, I would have taken that considering the opposition that we're going against. Ball Hogs being the 4th seed. Balaki being the I think the 3rd seed or the 2nd seed. Yeah, the 2nd seed, I think. But I would have took that if I were Ball Hogs. And now Signers and Balaki are on the counter-attack. Character with the ball. The donuts are open for the 3-pointer. Are they going to take it? No, they want to finish this off. They're going to go for a 5 with a pass to Greatly Pigeon. Greatly Pigeon with the ball now. Going to try to get a slingshot off of Signers. Did not work. And it's a beautiful tackle by Taper Oof. And the ball is back in the hands of Signers. What's Signers going to do here? He weaves past the defenders. Almost a tackle committed there. Characters with the ball. The 5-pointer's opened. Can anyone commit to this? And he's going to shoot. When's he going to do it? I'm on the edge of my seat. And oh my god, it's a pass dunk. Wow.
Nice patience there from that shot. It kind of looked like he went for the shot there. Character did end up grabbing it right before. Or it looked like Sinez grabbed it, but I guess it didn't count for him, which is perfectly fine. Or no, it didn't. I'm confused. All right. Sinez did grab it. It's gonna have to pass that in there. Character, getting his shot a little bit take from a teammate, but makes a 5-pointer nonetheless. Balaki going up 1-0. to 5, dominant fashion, like you said, a little bit back and forth. But all it takes is that one ball possession is all it takes to where, 5's already on the board. You blink, you miss it. This is RC, right? One of the fastest esports that you can really watch in this day and age.
And I've just heard that he was actually trying to boost his own stats by stealing the shot and put it into the net. He didn't want his teammate to get that.
He said, "This is my 5 points. We're taking."
And of course, we've not told anyone this, but here's your exclusive information from Ceric himself. After the league, we're going to do a little award. Who, highest scorer, highest defender, all these. It'll be announced in the Discord later on in the day. But there it is. That might have just boosted him up right there and then to the top scorer.
We're gonna have to see what's gonna go on here. There might be still a bit of fighting here. We might see some 9 attempts here just to get some things here. This is Premier League, right? We said it before. You don't know what's gonna happen. The scoring comes into play, even in the playoffs where scoring doesn't matter. You just want a 5 to end it. No, you still want some 9s. You want to become that #1 scorer in the whole league.
Yeah, and of course, people who gain those awards will get a total of absolutely nothing, but they do get bragging rights. They can put it in their Twitter and Discord bios.
Anytime they're streaming, be like, "I am Premier League's #1 scorer."
instead of top 10 RC player, no, you're gonna put number one goalkeeper in that title right there, and that's what they can do.
That is a very crazy title to have, honestly. #1 goalkeeper in a league would be insane.
It'd be crazy, and honestly,
I
could be one of a teaser crew member. I know teaser crew on in the playoffs, but the stats they were pulling off, and yes, this is a best of 5, by the way, if anyone did forget. And they've got a 3-pointer open already. One person is on the net. Is he going to take this 3-pointer? No, Grady Pigeon's going to do a nice little self pass up on the wall. Pump down. Is he going to get tackled? No. He's got so much momentum here. Down here, the character. There's 2 defenders guarding that lane. And it's back to Siners. And Siners has the ball. He's going to give it a pass to Grady Pigeon. And Grady Pigeon's going to shoot and it's a goal.
And another goal within a minute. Balaki's running the clinic.
Wow. What a goal.
We said it beforehand, Balaki just going back and forth with elite troops like that. They playing on other servers and stuff, and here we are on their home turf still. The fact they're able to play on different servers and play as dominant as they were, NA servers are just a walk in the park for them, it seems like. They're just able to dominate in every situation. Straight from the gate, get the ball. I don't think they got tackled. If they did, maybe once or twice. And then other than that, Ball Hugs had nothing there. Ball Hug definitely got to change something up here to keep it going for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Ball Hugs just, what was that, less than 2 minutes, we just saw a 5-pointer. That is insane. I mean, we knew Ball Hugs, they barely made the league table. They barely made these playoff spots, let's be honest. They got here by 1 point, and just a tad bit of luck. But we knew they would struggle, and here they are. They're struggling in these matches. They lost 3. They got swept by Meow Power. Can Balaki sweep them again? Who knows?
Like you say, who knows? This right here is the deciding factor. Do they get fully swept in the playoffs where they're not able to take a single game off of anybody? Or can they at least put one match on the board to where they can say, we deserve at least this spot in the playoffs, kind of show themselves off here to where, what we said a bit, kind of got a little lucked out in the situation to get here. But prove us wrong, Ball Hugs. Let's see what you can do here. Win one of these games. Show that at least you guys are earned your spot. You know what I mean? Like, put up some fighting here, and let's see what they can do for sure.
Yeah, and I think once again my bet is going to be on Balaki here. I would love for Ball Hugs to do a reverse sweep, but looking at what we've just seen from that last game, I don't think it's possible. And just in that last game alone, there was so many turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And could Ball Hogs do it again? But the thing is, when Ball Hogs get the ball and they force that turnover, our drone was a bit confused right there. When Ball Hogs get the ball, they can't keep it, and that's a beautiful manual pass down to Sinez, and it's another one down to Grady Pigeon. Wow, that is Hail Mary type of levels that we're seeing right there, and the donut is going to go open already. A nice pass down to character. Thought he might take the dunk there, but he does not, and they're going to do another slingshot that back to character. They're already on this 3rd lap. Is one person marking it? Do you take the 3-pointer or do you take a 5? No, and Balaki, they're going to take the 5-pointer here. And he misses the tackle. Oh my god, my heart is in my throat. I can't speak.
Yeah, already got, like I said, already less than a minute here. We got a gate 3 open. They're going for this 5, as we just seen them do it last time. Can they do it here again? Graylee's up on the high on the wall here. You got the entire team of ball hogs surrounding this net. Nobody's really going on the attack here. Graylee's got going for a little bit of style first there, but he gets taken out as he's falling down. Phantom there to kind of take away that ball, making them reset it here. And, you know, Grayley kind of wanted to show off a bit of skill there, but sadly couldn't bring it back, it looks like, and Phantom was just waiting for him to fall down there. But now it's back in the hands of Elite, I keep messing up my teams because I want to see this next match so bad. But ball's back and forth here. You were talking about the dump passes earlier with Balaki, right? Balaki's noticing how these lanes are just completely free. They're able to get like 2 gates at a time within like 2 seconds. This is what we say Roller Champion is one of the fastest sort of esports you can watch, because you can just chuck the ball down the field and get 3 gates even if it hits right. But or just get in the same pass like that high on the wall and already boom, another gate's about to be open, another one is on the board. Even like that, passes go a bit wonky, but they're able to keep it in the possession of themselves. Balaki able to win the scramble there in a way to where they're able to get another second lap here, and it looks like this gate is almost open right here on the donut. But let's face it, Block is not going to go for a 3. They want this 5. They want to end it.
And there's another Hail Mary sort of dump pass. It's a nice tackle by Tepa. But character overtakes it. There's one person on the net. Is he going to get tackled? Oh, and almost a tackle comes in from behind from Tepa. But character is with the ball. And what's going to happen
Character's
here?
not going to pass it. He wants the points. He wanted the points. He said, I ain't passing my teammates. I don't care where they are. And again, Balaki 5-0, dominant fashion, winning 15-0 pretty much in this match just here within, I want to say that was like 6-minute series.
Yeah, I mean,
Just about.
I think the official time was something more about 12 because of that second match. But wow, what a match we've just seen. And if we're going to take a look at the brackets here. And of course, Ball Hogs finishing in 4th place with no prize money to take home for themselves. Balaki coming out with the $50. And, in the Grand Finals, we do have Elite Troops versus Meow Power.
Elite Troops versus Meow Power, the 2 dominant ones within this entire thing. Besides Balaki. Balaki held their own against Elite Troops, but like I said, the top 3 was who we cannot have winning, considering that they solidified their chances like way early on in the league, right? They solidified their thing months ago. They're just that good. So Premier League not finished yet, guys. We still have the Grand Finals. We got Elite Troops versus your number 1 seed, Meow Power, who I've heard scored 22 points in their series against Ball Hogs,
That is true.
which is insane to me. Even in the playoffs, they're going for 9s. They're showing why they are number 1 seed. And when we come back, you guys will see the 2 face off for that number 1 spot in the Premier League.
I've been on my way now. My head is down on an empty road, but I can hear your name loud. I'm not alone. Tick tock running out. You found a way to keep me close. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Fire burning it all down.
It's time for a grand final as we come to the finale, the very end of what has been a long heckin' road for the RC Six Man's Premier League playoffs. Hell, Monkey Man and Chimako coming right back at you, and we're going live and loud. It is the Elite Troops, the Italian Stallions as they are, versus the Beast from the East over there with Meow Power Chimako. Should we be surprised? Should we be expectant? Which side should we be seeing take the advantage in this matchup?
That's not for me to answer, but the chat, I think they had a favorite. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna be very judgmental maybe, and say that all the people that are on the chat over there, using a different character, it is for Loi. So I'm gonna guess that's the reason why they're here. So they are here for Meow Power, probably.
Maybe. Well, we're going to see if we can get into it here in just a moment. We do have our lobby being set up for you guys. Make sure to go over into the prediction. You guys tell us how this all-European affair is going to light itself up for you and who will be able to take it. It is a best of 7 coming at you. So there's a lot of matches that can be played, Chimako. I think the biggest thing that we got to see in the matchup, even if it was very short, of Meow Power versus Ball Hogs, is that there's no offense lacking. Now, I don't think anyone lacked offense against Ball Hogs, so they're going to be tested when it comes to going against the Elite Troops, and the Elite Troops know how to really shut down full-fledged momentum. But let's check out how this day has really been coming. And the Elite Troops, because they did find that advantage against Balaki, do you think that they're a little bit more ready on the day to face off against Meow Power?
That's going to be a tough one to say, because saying that they're ready to face Meow Power, it's an overstatement. I don't think anyone is truly ready to face that powerhouse. But they come from that big tough battle. They had a very early good rhythm going on for them. They had a slump. They were not able to do as much offense as they wanted to. And then later on game number 3, they were able to do it very, very well and then get the win. So they had a little bit of everything, right? They had their highs, they had their lows, they had to adjust, then, overcome those bad moments. And I think that gives you something going on into the finals, right? Like, hey, we have gone through everything today. We know what's working for us. We know what's not working for us. And that's probably the biggest takeaway that they can do against Meow Power, because Meow Power haven't had that slump. They don't know what isn't working for them. Everything seems to be working for them, but they were going against Ball Hawks. They were not going against a super stacked team. So, the thing I'm trying to say is that they might have a chance early on. However, it is a best of 7, and that gives Meow Power a lot of time to improve and try to make adjustments.
I feel like you and I have seen a lot of you have your high elite style behemoth, and just like you said, when they've gone against a separate team that maybe wasn't up to the same pedigree of the ones that they're facing off against now, they may stumble early. And if you are, in fact, Elite Troops in this capacity, taking advantage of maybe that early game centric stumbling block that you can be, you have to press the issue. If you can steal out game number 1, maybe even 2, you can force this squad and Meow Power to be on their heels, and you can be able to at least get yourself into this series. Going into this game, they got to be fast, because Meow Power is obviously going to be doing the exact same thing. It's going to be first map of Acapulco, one of the oldest and pretty much the OGs that you can find. We head into this grand final all ready to go.
Let's go into it. Let's see if Elite Troops are able to start with the right foot, or if it's going to be Meow Power just, scratching and meowing and doing everything that a cat can do. Cats are very sneaky. You never know what they're going to do next. So this is going to be a tough one here for Elite Troops. They know so, and they are going with the bag right now. They are starting with the best defense that they can. However, Noctanul, the guy that was perfect last time, he's able, to control things here and stop the defense a little bit.
Playing perfect is often stressful, and having to do so, it's not really by yourself at all, but playing at that uptick tempo is very difficult to keep up at all times, but that is the difference between a good player versus a great. Dennis gonna try for the low area of this ball, and then they hand it off to none other than Nope to Null just to break through this first lap. Now we're talking about being fast. Look at how long that lob is. It took this entire second lane, but still, Meow Power in control for a moment, but Texter tracks him down.
Great kick by Texter. And I was thinking about the long pass myself, because we have seen a couple of long passes, but they have been intercepted every single time. And this time around, no, it wasn't the case for Meow Power. They were able to execute it perfectly. However, Texter was able to get the kick, get the ball back into his hands, and now it is Elite Troops moving forward, getting that first gate, and now with an open lane completely here for Rayo to move forward and keep the speed. So they are about to open up that donut once, but as soon as they did, they go with the manual pass and then miss opportunity to catch it, and it's all reset back for Meow Power.
I don't mind the Manny pass to go into the bowl like that, because they do find themselves kind of in better positions. They don't exactly find it in their hands, but it's not for a lack of ability to go and regain it. And Rayo now having a chance to get this group of Elite Troops online. 3 underneath as they're tracking right behind them. Both these squads know that they're not going for ones, but look at that find by Loweye, and yet we don't reset. It's going to be a big pass and then a tackle down. Rayo ends up with the ball. They go for one. All right, talk to me. Why do you go for this so early?
Because you want to prove to Meow Power that you can make some offense. Or maybe you respect their defense that much. I don't know what it is. Maybe you're thinking it's going to be a defensive affair between the two teams. And so far, it has been. We have seen only 2 minutes of gameplay, so it's not a big deal. But the defense has been strong by both ends. So maybe Elite Troops is thinking, we're not going to have many chances to go for multiple laps. Let's take it right now. Let's put the pressure on, and let's force them maybe to make some mistakes with that little bit of pressure that they have.
It's difficult to find scoring opportunities in the first place, take advantage of what you can find, but then you do leave these launch points now up for grabs. Nope to Null, a couple of quick dodges as they square out the rounder. Oh, and the defender ends up missing the timing. Nope to Null gets a 3 from distance.
Well, there you go. It didn't last long, but the thing is that we have seen this before. We have seen Meow Power go for the 3-pointer first, then go for 1-pointer, and then go for the 5-pointer. So we have seen that they have done this before. Are they going to be as bold as they were before, in terms of trying to go for the 9 points, just like they did against Ballhawks? That's going to be a tough question to answer. We shall see if they go, for the 3rd lap and try to finish it with, well, actually, no, they will have to go for 1 lap and just score. And that will answer our questions.
That's very true. And I feel like if you are going to go for a 9er, just to kind of set the tone for a best of 7, that can be very long, by the way, here in Roller Champions, because you can, near infinite amount of time for bonus. But for this, I feel like if they're ever going to go for a 9, it would be in game 1 or game 2, because as you start going later into the series, then you start getting a little bit more tedious. But instead, they just leave a little bit of extra doubt. Go into the 2nd lap. Nope to Null. They have an option. Loweye in front of them. They're going to make the toss instead. That's going to go over the top. Can't quite get the bank shot. It does go into Dennis's hands, but it may be an 8 instead of that 9 as they open up the 5 here in just a second.
Can deal with an 8. I'm fine with that one. Let's see, because they were going for the 3 if they have it open, but they couldn't. So now it's gonna be Loweye with a swinging around that donut and finding the 5er to finish it up. Great play, and every single time that you're able to make a pass to a person up high like that, it's gonna be almost certain goal. So there you go, Meow Power getting that first game of the series.
Wow. Authoritative, and of course Meow Power, a lot of fantastic swift movement around this rink. You had that one good look, and they knew that being under pressure, you had to get that first goal, and well, first goal turned into 8 goals right in the other direction against them as Elite Troops fall here in game number 1. Heck of a tone setter, and it could be trend setting going into our next game. We're going to go to Pixel City as we're going to be working our way around, basically making a full tour of Roller Champions maps as we go into it. So, Elite Troops, They now know the speed that they have to match up to, and someone made a good note. Chimako is the last time that the first time that these teams met, because the last time they didn't get to they didn't get to play as a forfeiture, but they played with their sub. So maybe something will be different because Texter was missing then, and you saw Texter doing a lot of good work to force the attack to at least slow down just a little bit from Meow Power.
Yeah, he had a good defense before the offense was good. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So after that, they were able to get one goal. Elite Troops had one goal, and that's it. After that was awakening the demons, right? The Lucy that is there on low Y, and everything went down for Elite Troops, and that's the problem because they had 2 laps quite easily, got the 3-pointer, and then 3 laps quite easily as well, and got the 5-pointer. So I'm thinking to myself, I mean, was their defense that good, or was the offense just figuring it out and trying to find a way to break through? And if that's the case, you better find a way to stop Noctanul, because he was extremely fast, extremely powerful, and again, super accurate in everything that he's doing.
Trying to stop Nope to Newell. Nope, he's pretty cool. And they look immediately to threaten as Dennis will be there on the receive. And look, you have 2 attackers trying to track him down. Texter looking for the disruption there in the second bowl, but instead it's gonna be Rhea with a nice kick to get authoritative with it. Maybe start working on the first offensive here for game number 2. Waitsu definitely is kind of the idea guy, bit of flash and flare, but has to find some consistency to get to his 2 teammates. And they navigate through this ball. Great dodge step to get through that second checkpoint.
Now, excellent rolling skills there by Waitsu. Now Rayo trying to cover as much space as he can, but that's the problem with that landing. You go with that demon dive, and yes, you cover a lot of space, but then if you don't have any teammates surrounding you where you can pass the ball, then that's gonna be it. You're gonna be an easy target, very easy to target, and that's what happened. I love how Waitsu, he drops down the ball. He is able then to go for the kick and allow the ball to keep moving forward for one of the teammates to actually catch it. That was a hell of a play. That too bad that they hadn't gone through that first gate, because otherwise that would have been a great opportunity to have the open net, but that wasn't the case. They are actually going for that 4th gate right now.
They do set up this first lap, and nice extensions overall. That's going to fall into an open field, and Rayo definitely under threat. That is fantastic. Dennis not only got the cartwheel kick, but able to then pick up the ball and then immediately change his hands. But I think something that's really evolving right now in front of us here, Chimako, is in the previous game was a defense better than an offense that then was leveling up. Well, the defense is leveling up right now for Elite Troops, and they're finding some offensive moments. But Nope to Newell, it's a scary dude, not just because of the way he plays, but the way he's dressed. That thing looks insane, and he's quickly getting monstrous out on the rink again.
Is it something like The Last of Us or something like that?
I think so, like a clicker.
Yeah. It feels that way. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I stopped playing that game. Anyway, yeah, for real, I couldn't get past them. Like for real, I just couldn't. I hate it.
Got you.
So, anyways, yeah, they're doing better on defense. Defense wise, is getting better. And one thing I've noticed is that Elite Troops is decided to play a little bit faster now whenever they catch the ball. Remember on the previous series that they were not as speedy as I think it was Malachi?
Yep. Ballhog?
Balaki. My bad.
Yeah.
Balaki, my bad. They were not as fast as them, and now they decided, okay, maybe we have to play very fast here against Meow Power. But Meow Power now about to complete that second lap. I think they're probably going to go for the third one. I don't think they're going for this shot. Maybe if it's wide open. Actually, yes, it was wide open, so why not?
And here's the problem too, is that Texter was left as a target. I can't quite tell. We're gonna see on the replay if they got laid out. They were underneath the donut, and cameraman, yeah, you see that one tackle, they never got a chance to uppercut in front of the donut. So where Texter was in a good position to begin their defense, there was a timeliness for Meow Power to immediately put a man on and make it a free product, because if they miss Texter there, I agree with you, they go for that third lap and they work for 5. So already Elite Troops possibly going to be in a 0-2 position, but you have 3.5 minutes to go.
And we haven't seen Meow Power go for the fiver like right away. They
Yeah.
always score something first, and that gives them a little bit of caution. Like they don't have to rush anything afterwards. Even though they play very rushed in terms of speed, they don't have to rush, and they don't have any stress whatsoever in the place because they are in the lead for the most part every single time. And even if the time runs down, they are still in the lead, so they're gonna get the win. That's why I think they go for those fivers with such ease, and they are able to complete them very flawlessly, basically. So now they have the speed again in up to Null. He sees a Texter, and that was close, another close one. But close ones, it's the name of the game, right? And they go for 1 point, so you know that next they're going for 3 laps.
Close is only good, and horse grenades and hand shoes, and Nope to Null is playing AoE like a demon. Great pass as they continue to navigate the low side of the second tower and then immediately chuck it down. And just like you said, it is a systematic method of how they like to score. Get the 3, play their game, get a 1 or anything else that comes after, because they got that 5 to make it 8-1 in the previous game. And now, if you are elite troops, you're in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. They either got to match them or they got to straight up just go for 3 laps.
By the way, it's so smooth to watch these guys, keep the momentum the whole time. And I'm talking about Meow Power in particular, right? Because they just flow very well, and there's no wasted moments of action in there. Yeah, you saw Lucy stop a little bit, but it was a little bit, and the reason why is because he had another player to go for the slingshot, and that's it. They open up the net. They didn't go for the fiver. They decided, okay, we're not gonna be greedy this time around. We're not fooling here. We just want to win, and they got that 1-pointer, and that's it. 5-0 in game number 2.
Hey, you know what? You have a long series in front of you. Even if it's only four games, if you're able to make it into a sweep, why not get some of the hard work out of the way? 5-0 here in game number 2. They have outscored this squad 13-1. That is, it's still a little bit better than being 18-0'd and 22-0'd and 3. So we'll talk about that.
But it's a third
later.
seed. It is a third seed. That's the thing, right? So this team, which was the number 1 seed, but they're toying basically with the 3rd seed. That's the thing that is blowing my mind. A team that finished the series with a positive record, because Ballhawks, it was the 4th seed, but they didn't finish it with a positive record. Right now, is Elite Troops had a very good 14-8-4 record, which is impressive by itself. And these guys are toying with them.
Yeah, they are just stringing them along. We're going to be going over to Lost Civilization, see what can be found. Maybe what has been lost has been found by the side of the elite troops. But at this point in time, they've got to find something, because if they allowed us to get to a 3-0, then it is simply match point forever for Meow Power. We go into game 3. Come on, chat. Give them some love. Give them some hope. We're going to be fighting it out.
EU powerhouses here, continuing the action. It's gonna be pass way to himself, Cash. I think it was way too pass to wait to himself, and that's what no one was actually expecting to happen. But now moving forward, he decides to go for the pass, and I scratch my head. Why would you go for that pass when you didn't have anything to lose, keeping the ball to yourself? I think Waitsu has been great at dodging everyone on the opponent's side. I think he had to play that self controlled ball a little bit longer. I think he's been doing great, dodging and fooling all the defense many given times.
Yeah, it's been a difficult feature. They had a couple ideas, and I think, you're in an opening minute, try something new, see if you can just force the issue, but you got to know that the answer to that is always going to be, well, that didn't quite work out. Great trampoline as they're able to get it from one to the next, a 3-man play, as Loweye takes control in the first minute, starting to look like the last several minutes. I love the cancel out in open air as well. Trying to be able to take away what's expected. Everyone going down, and the gate opens up.
Yeah, and once more, it's Loweye getting the ball. He got Noptanul very close, waiting for the pass. If needed, he goes for the pass for Dennis. Dennis, he was a little bit more guarded. Again, I thought that the pass for Neptune would have been better. He was a little bit wider, but maybe the game trolled him a little bit. He was trying to go for a pass for Neptune and ended up being in Dennis' hands. That happens.
Oh man, sometimes this game trolls us all. Looking for a quick pencil dive. They want to be able to put themselves as an obstacle in front of Dennis, but Dennis took the much longer highway on the outside of the ball, and then they slow things down, changing pace in a way that Elite Troops is unable to read, and then they just already are in position. These guys are at a tempo and rhythm that they just can't afford. That was Rayo having to dodge what was a body block. If they'd gotten tackled, they'd have been a free 3.
But they know now. Elite Troops know the MO, so they decided, okay, so this time around they're going for the 3-pointer. That's what they have been doing the whole time. They're going for the tackle and then shooting straight in the net. So Rayo decided, okay, I gotta dodge the tackle. Not an easy task, but he was able to do it, and then was able to block the shot on the net. So finally, Elite Troops, figuring out what to do against Meow Power. Stop them at least a little bit. I'm not saying that's gonna work every single time, but they understand what they gotta do to make things more competitive, at least on defense.
The 4:15 mark. They open it up again. Haven't been able to get the offense doing the same thing here, but they do reset the ball, and Waitsu is just trying to get everyone kind of stabilized. Before they can even do that, it becomes an absolute mayhem brawl, melee, and then they chuck it. All right, open waters as it is. Again, pure physicality by this group and a little bit of kind of on same team tackle. Waitsu does find some level of separation, but their teammate does not, and he has to chase down his own pass.
They're able to get the pass, and now it's gonna be an open. Oh no! I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. I thought they were gonna have an opportunity for a 1-pointer, which remind you, they had the first point of the series. They had that 1 point, and then it was downhill from there. But they haven't been able to score anything else in the later two. One game, and this is the third game right now. So they're still struggling offensively. They have been not doing bad defensively by any means. I don't think so. But offensively, they haven't been able to control the ball. And this is just a case that we saw before between Meow Power and Ballhawks when it was a 95% to 5% ball control throughout the whole game. And it's not feeling that bad here, but it's something that is very clearly Meow Power's more controlling the action the whole time. And just like that, they were able to get that tackle, steal the ball, and keep it in their hands. Now Texter doing the defense that we were imploring him to do, and goes for the pass here for Waitsu.
It's definitely it's kind of definitive as to why they went for that 1-pointer earlier. That's the only one they've been able to get, and it's because of there being a sincere lack of long-term maintenance of offensive possession. Ooh. Again, as soon as they try for that, great pickup, Rayo. Do they go for the 1? They're gonna take it. All right, your hand is being forced, but you go for at least what you've been able to earn. That's their second goal.
I think they tried to go for the second lap, but the thing is, they got that tackle, and so they lost a lot of momentum. They lost the speed, and they decided, hey, it's been so hard for us to get the momentum that now that we lost it once more, maybe we should just go for that 1 point. And our defense has been better. Not great, but I would say no, it's been great. But great against Meow Power is not always enough. So their defense has been great. Now let's see if they can keep it up here against Meow Power for the last 2 minutes of the game. That's the big question, because Meow Power doesn't have to go for the 3-pointer. They have been going for 3-pointers every single time first, or actually 1-pointer once, but for the most part they do go for the 3-pointers, but they don't have to. They can go for the 1-pointer, tie the game, and then decide what else they want to do.
The task now, because this 1-pointer is about to open up, and that was a roller, is can you stop the 3? Will they go for the 1?
Going.
Yep, they're going to be timing it up. So this is huge. This is now the squad respecting that the Elite Troops are able to track them down, but also not allowing themselves to be caught in that 1-minute game of keep away at the end of regulation. So we go into 1-1, and that means the next one could be the big one.
Yeah, Meow Power, they have a lot of respect. They think they are the better team, rightfully so. But at the same time, they're not gonna let that go over their heads and then make foolish decisions. So they went for the one point. They tied the game now. 90 seconds here on the clock, and it is anyone's game because you know that elite troops can actually score sometimes. So you gotta be careful with that. And elite troops just try to do whatever. If they have to cancel their speed completely, they will do so just to juke the other team. Ooh.
Texter doing the equivalent of the RCT pose just to be able to land on the ground and then get a toss off in order to get that pass going. This is gonna be a manual pass, going to separate themselves from it. It's gonna be a foot race. Who can get there? Neptunul, they do.
Watch it.
You put Texture underneath that net. Can they be able to defend against Loweye? Loweye gets uppercut. They get it right back to Dennis. And now another big tackle. Neptunul, they have a shot. It banks in. 47 seconds. They take that lead.
The aim hacks. The aim hacks are there. I mean, Nocturnal doesn't miss. It doesn't matter how much stress he has. He will go for it. He dodged someone and then he put it on the net, something like that. Anyways, regardless, it is Meow Power with the lead. It isn't over yet. We got 1 minute almost here. I mean, about 45 seconds left on the clock. So it is not over yet for Elite Troops.
They've been able to at least score one in a couple of the 3 games, including this one, but they now have to track down this ball. Nope to Newell's gonna make it difficult. Good self-pass. They've got 2 options. They take low eye, and then they go high and long. Gonna run away from the elite troops. Can they keep up with them at all? Low eye's got an option, and they keep getting it to the right one as they force them to chase. 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's playing time, just making sure that elite troops doesn't catch the ball. Let's get out of here. Let's move around. Let's just create some space. And Dennis is doing that just great right now. You see everyone from elite troops trying to catch Dennis, but Dennis is just too sneaky. And the teammates are helping a lot. And that is it. The closest match that we have seen so far. It was great, but still the result was the same. It is another win for Meow Power.
Meow Power now 1 step away, 1 game win away from getting themselves a 4-0 sweep and a championship win, worth first place being $450 to the top team to come out of this RC 6-man's Premier League playoff. And no short sell on the other one. You get $200 if you're second place, but you want to be able to walk away with a little bit of that Roller Champs glory. We will go into our 4th and possibly final matchup. It goes to, again, one of the OG3 of Mexico Arena. This could be where everything ends here at Chamaco. Elite troops, they got to stand tall.
They gotta stay tall because they are standing tall, but all the way through right now, looking like the best team here on this playoffs. And elite troops, they had the right idea. They have been able to mitigate some of the offense, but not quite completely. So yeah, suit up, get your helmets on. It's gonna be a havoc. It's gonna be a what was the word looking for? A banger of a match. Let's put it that way here on game number 4, because you know that the elite troops will have to do everything to stay alive here in the finals.
Bangersonly.com. Let's see if we can end it out with one more. Meow Power wants to end it in 4. Elite troops trying to survive. Uno mas, they might say. But can they actually back it up? They've been able to find some offense, scoring some of the time. But Meow Power has been scoring all of the time. We go to Mexico. Let's see how this one goes.
Well, it starts with a cannon and with a lot of tackles at the same time, so a lot of physicality here right off the bat with this game number 4. Finally, Meow Power is able to catch on the ball and get some space. They go for the game number 1, and now moving around as speedy as they usually do, but Waitsu was expecting Naptanul, right in his face, and decided to steal the ball. So very good start for elite troops now, because for a moment it seems like they were gonna leave the ball on Meow Power's hands, but no, they were just figuring out how to set up better on defense and then get that steal and move around themselves.
Great movement we've already seen right now out of Elite Troops. Rayo put in a pressure cooker situation as they were being vertically attacked just to be able to get around that second checkpoint. And now, for the first time in a while, they actually have a lane to look at. They're looking at the one-pointer. They decide to delay on it just to stretch this one thin, but they give chase. The 3 might come online. Waitsu has an option in front of them in the form of Texture. They do spin, slowing things down, and they take it. 3 points acquired by the Elite Troops.
And how many shots like this we have seen today? Not from Waitsu himself, but Signs and other guys, but it is basically the same. Let's go through and bam, let's just nail that one on the net. And they got that 3-pointer. This is the biggest lead that they have had all series long.
Can they continue to run this up? Maybe give themselves another one. Again, it's going to take a reverse sweep of a best of 7. I've seen so many best of 7s, and I've seen very few reverse sweeps of them. When it happens, it's amazing. It's pure cinema. But that's a long road to climb, and that means the leniency for at least letting a game or two go is in favor of Meow Power. But they would love to be just kind of the killers of dreams and hopes. Waitsu finds a couple big tackle off of that spare, but Nuptanul still comes up with possession.
Yeah, it's weird how Loa is able to get that much speed, with the ball, and the defenders are not able to get to him, even though you should be able to move a little bit faster without the ball than with the ball. So, just some of the game physics here. So it's very interesting how Meow Power is able to get that much speed and remain with that speed, even though they have 2 or 3 defenders behind them. So now it's going to be Elite Troops, which they have the lead here on game number 4, trying to complete this lap and open the net once more. Are they going to be able to, are they going for that 1-pointer if they have the chance, or do they want another 3-pointer and just secure the win?
Ooh, getting chopped down just as they release the ball as well. I feel like they're going to work for a 3 if they have the moment to, and it feels like they're about to. Waitsu comes up with it as Texter was tracking it down. That's a miscommunication, and Lowai, in the midst of the delay that was created, a little bit of that chaos, is able to get the tackle and snuffs out any hopes of finding another multi-point goal. Waitsu wants to escape with it. It is actually Elite Troops recently that's maintaining a lot of offense.
Quite different game right now, and I like it. I like it because that means that Elite Troops is not done yet. They are trying new things. They are figuring it out how to play offense here, which is the problem that they had before. The defense wasn't bad, but the offense wasn't clicking at all. They only had their first game with a few points just now. So just the game before. So let's see that how they're able to maintain this offensive energy and prowess that they're having here. They got another 3-point opportunity here to finish up the game, and they're trying to be very creative, going for the tackles on the net. They have opportunity. Wait, no! Oh, he got denied.
They played them out of their own shoes. They went for the cutback thinking that someone would bite on the backside of the donut. Then they streaked over the front. It's that triangular defense, and they guessed wrong as the big defensive stop comes up on the front end. Good job to just commit to your position if you are the defense of Meow Power, because you just out-thunk yourselves. Now they're trying to get this one back up to snuff. They've got this first lap opened up. They're going to look to catch up to 3.
Nuptanul has been quiet on this game, which is a good thing for Elite Troops. But if you're the Keatons, you need him. You need him. It seems like Loa has the one being carrying the defense and the offense for the longest here. At least in my opinion. I don't know if you feel a little bit different here. But as I say that, they open up a 3-pointer opportunity and they missed. This is probably the first miss that we have seen from Nuptanul today.
Yeah, that one was ringing around the rim. It actually came up with Texter being given just enough time because it was not a direct shot. They've been trying to do much more of those kind of wall layup shots, and they can't bank it through. So a good job. And then mishandling right now, but Rayo, they gave him a lot of respected space. He's going to have to go into this next lane. And look how defensive now you see them playing back. They send 2 guys up. Waitsu's just going to play for the longer concurrence up this rink, and they leave it behind.
Well, good tackles there. Catch by Loai, pass to Dennis, and Dennis, with 2 minutes left on the clock to play, I'm thinking that Meow Power probably wants to go for the 3-pointer here and tie things up. I don't see why they would do anything else unless they feel super confident on their offense, which I don't see it now. I mean, they haven't had very good moments before at some other situations, but not so much yet on game number 4. Now they are up there. They are about to cross the gate and get the opportunity for the 3-pointer. It's a low eye here, and he decides to go for the fiver, or is it faking it? No, he actually goes for the fiver. That was a bad pass. Oh, Neptune was able to catch it, and they hold on here. They're going for the win.
How is no one tackled? Finish downtown! Oh, off the rim! That one could have been the ender, and it ends up in the hands of Rayo. A little bit of physics and a bit of a whole clutch of luck is able to keep Elite Troops in it. That one, oh so close, and yet we keep going.
That was the right idea. That was definitely the one to go for. But man, I mean, they missed by a hair basically, and they go back at it and then try once more because they don't have more time. I mean, either you get the overtime right, or you go for the win. Which one is it gonna be? They are on the lead on the series, so they might as well try to go for the 4-0. It doesn't matter to them that much. But man, 30 seconds left, and it is Elite Troops the ones holding on to the ball right now.
Yeah, and that's going to be Rayo. They're going to be taken down. Maybe one last possession. Make it even more dramatic than it already was a second ago. Can Meow Power be able to find something late term? If they're going to win it, it's going to be in overtime. There ain't too much time left in regulation, and they've been able to make some great dodges. Nope to Newell finds some hands on the rock. That's going to go over to Dennis. Good dodge over this low side of the first tower, but that's the takeaway, and that's gonna send us on the way to game 5. Texter puts their feet on the back of Meow Power, and they'll find a 3-0 win in game 4.
Great defense by Texter at the end. That was clutch. And I was thinking to myself, I mean, guys, after all you have been going through, you can't allow the Kittens to go for an overtime, okay? You cannot let them tie this game. You gotta finish it right now. So Texter, big boy pants on, bang with a kick and get the steal. That play was needed. So Elite Troops, not only they got to score first, they got the 3-pointer, and they kept the lead for the whole game.
Oh man, you know what? They probably saw that miss, and then as soon as it bounced out, their heart just sunk into their stomach, and then as soon as it bounced, they're like, we take those. That's fine. No big deal. I wasn't worried. You weren't worried. No one was worried. No big deal. But we go into game number 5 by virtue of a miss, and also, honestly by virtue of some great offensive opportunities that were generated by Elite Troops. They had the majority of it in that game, but it was one last chance that really could have gone crazy, and there was some better defense here in game number 4. 4 shots generated and a couple of saves on the side by Elite Troops to keep this one honest. But I mean, there was a lot of reliance on floor play. They had some big tackles to also shut down the majority of what Meow Power was drumming up. Game number 5, do you think that this was all of a one-off, or can Elite Troops keep up this pace?
It's weird because it could have been done and over, right? If Meow Power was able to score that fiver, that it was a Hail Mary. It was so close. They actually hit the ring, and we're not able to make it happen. So I still feel that Meow Power has the better offense by a little bit of a margin, but Elite Troops is playing so much better than they did on games 1 through 3. So I feel like they can make it happen once more. But it is a toss-up at this moment. Although I do think that Meow Power is going to come blazing right now. It's going to be like, we are pissed. I mean, this shouldn't be it.
Can they come back around and turn this into something more? We will see as we hit the all floor. We go full green meanies into this game as Elite Troops, you got to feel that they were given a gift, and they're going to take that one and run with it. But Meow Power is going to be coming back telling everyone, yo, we need to be able to just find our more dominant position here going into this next game. We're getting the lobby set up. I believe we're already into gameplay. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Let's go into it. So we are having, Elite Troops once more, catching onto the ball early on in the game. It was a low eye that wanted to go for that. It was a loose ball, not even a steal itself. Neptune, I think I missed that guy the most on offense for Meow Power. So let's see if he's able to perform better than he did. And not that he performed bad. I don't want anyone thinking that I'm saying that,
Yeah.
but he is not as dominant as he was on the previous games. And I think, that's part of the reason why they were not able to win. And I think it is in big part because of the defense has improved so much from Elite Troops.
But all these, I mean, we nitpick, we're casting, and we just see what happens in front of us in pure detail. But seeing them play at this upper level, it is always so impressive. That is a missed throw, and that is going to be unfortunate here for Elite Troops. I think that they saw their teammate nearby. They were hoping to mag pass or even just quick pass to them. But as they just kept going, the ball ended up just whizzing on by. A loose ball that will change hands down to Meow Power.
They go over the second gate, and I thought they were returning right away, but no, they took their time. So yes, they're playing fast. They're being very up and high and moving around, but they are not forcing anything, which is always a good thing to see from a team like Meow Power here. They catch the ball, they move forward, they open that gate, and they decide to go for the second lap. And then is now just leaving everyone behind, passes the ball to Noctanul. Noctanul almost with a chance to go for the three-pointer. It's going to be Dennis. Dennis, are you taking this one? It's only one attacker. Yes, they're going for that 1v1, and Dennis won it. 3-0 for Meow Power.
Good isolation of the defender. Who knows, based on how their MO has been to go for that tackle, they forced them to jump up and then waited for their back to get exposed on the top of the arc of their uppercuts. So great looks. Dennis is able to find our first purchase. They find 3 on the board, and this could be right back to the old method for Meow Power to take a lead and a game.
Texter wanted to say something else here, but he was trying to say something, and then he got a kick on the back, which now Noctanul passing to Loa. And this is bad. This is bad. You cannot allow Meow Power to start getting that momentum, the speed that you have seen so often here. They are playing now away from the defenses if they have to, and just being very smart. They decided, okay, we don't have to push through every single time. Yes, we can do it if we want to. We can play that type of game, but it wasn't giving us the results that we wanted on games 2 and 3. So now let's just make it happen. They go for 1 point here to make it 4-0. And look at the clock. I mean, they still have 4 minutes and a half to go. So the offense has been very fast from Meow Power.
It's been so quick. And if you're Elite Troops, you're now 1 point away from this all being over and you being the second place, not the first. Gotta find something deep in your gut to be able to find a championship. And I think Noctanul, they know they're 1 away. They may also be 5 away from just making a fat statement, not just for this game, but for all of Europe about how darn good they've been. They've got an option. Want to be able to pass it off. That one will ring around the rosy, the top of the ceiling. Rayo comes up with the free ball play. And they're going to come again with it as Elite Troops want to start something. They're going to be able to get that open lane.
And they're going with its speed now. They are moving around. There's a pass, another pass, and Rayo trying to be sneaky and get through the defenders, and that didn't work out exactly how he had planned. However, they keep controlling the ball, and now Texer was able to fool 2 defenders, trying to fool Noctanul once more. He needs help from the teammates. He's waiting. Rayo is in position, and now wait to as well, and they move forward. They can't tie this. Actually, not tie it. They gotta go for the fiver or maybe go for a three-pointer, but it seems like they want a third lap. They want it. They are so close to it, Monkey Man. They might be able to pull the upset here and win game number 5.
Got an extra option.
what a
They
pass!
tossed it high. They had the option on the outside wall. It was a great drawn-up plan, but they didn't realize they had a defender right on top of them. Spare tackle will deplete the defense of Elite Troops. They were looking so good for a second. 1 goal, 1 option, go for the win, and they dunk it through a 5-all. From hopes to dashed to defeat. Meow Power are going to be your RC 6-man's Premier League champions, and they do it with style.
Yeah, and that last play was absolute brilliance. A play between all 3 players here from Meow Power, passing up high from Noctanul to Dennis, and then going for Loai. Loai, just dunking that ball, going through the ring itself. and getting the 5-0. I told you, I thought that maybe Elite Troops had an opportunity here, but at the same time, I thought that the firepower from Meow Power was gonna be greater on game number 5, and it actually did. They didn't leave anything behind. It was like, let's put everything right now on the oven, and just put the heat on.
Yeah, this squad in particular, it feels like they were kind of destined to take it. Nope to Newell, a just French menace. Dennis just has won basically anything and everything for the last several competitions. And Loi, I mean, the best in Middle East, and coming over here and just taking over for the squad. Meow Power, they will take it in 4-1 fashion, and it was great looks overall. I wanted to give a lot of thanks over to our production squad that was able to kind of put on all of this. We had so much good love out of Banana, Mindless, Stealth, Surek, Neo, as well as Zan, to be able to put on all of this kind of production. And we also had some great casting over the course of the season. I think Excel was able to handle some of it with Mindless, yourself as well, Chamaka. It was great being back in the booth with you for this awesome RC competition.
Yeah, it was a great season, and hopefully something that they can do once more. We have seen, I think we have seen the bar rise so much here. The level in RC is still growing, even though, with all the hiccups, with all the things that the blocks on the way for the game. But I mean, the community is so great and so dedicated, and this is what we have right now. People like Lowa and Noptinul and Dennis doing amazing things in games against great competition and still looking so strong as they are. So this is the bar for everyone else. You guys, you gotta rise up to be able to catch up to them.
Yeah, it's a very top elite that have been able to play this for the last several years. And of course, I always wish that there was even more love that was given to the community, but the community itself provides its own kind of love and competition, which has been so cool. From the TFL days over now to glorious esports being able to put on some of these, it's been awesome to just see, at least consistently. And of course, I hope that you guys continue to bring even more of that, but either this game or otherwise, to each other. I've seen a lot of great rivalries, be it NA or EU or just EU versus itself, since EU always wins, be able to find themselves in some great titles. So that's always been awesome to witness as well. But make sure to always kind of just enjoy the game. I get to enjoy the game. I get to wear these funky hats with all the stickers. So that's been cool as well. I'm always privileged to be welcome back to be able to cast a lot of this. So to you and yours, I think that we have the bracket to be able to show. I'd love to be able to show everyone the pathway of what we saw. So give us at least that. So on the way in and on the way out, this was how it all went down. Meow Power taking down Ball Hogs, who fell to that third place match, and Balaki, who tried for the reverse sweep. That one, Chamako, it felt like there was just the tiniest semblance of hope for North America to have someone in the grand final. It was so close.
Yeah, it was so close. But to be honest with you, having that being disadvantage against an European team would have been more problematic for Balaki at the end, I think. So it was to make things more even. I think Elite Troops was the one to have more of a chance at the end on the finals, right, against Meow Power. And I think they did great. They had that one game they were able to steal. They were learning and keep making adjustments at the end. But Meow Power, proved to be too much. And then Balaki just, making it look easy against Ball Hogs in the end. I'm sorry for Ball Hogs. They were not able to get a single win here on the playoffs. But it's part of the thing that is separating. We talk about levels on the skill, right? You get to some point, and then there's echelons. And Balaki, Elite Troops, and Meow Power, all three of them are so high right now. They are so good. It's impressive.
Yeah, and I've seen that Nope to Newell from like a long while back, seeing how well he played today alongside Lowai, and the fact that they continue to just be those speedsters that they've always been for the last few years is actually so kind of majestic. So, we're just kind of wrapping things up. We actually have a little bit longer just before we get something for you guys at the very, very end of all of this. You know what? What's coming up for the summer? Now that we got kind of RC out of the way, I'm gonna be doing, what is it? I'm gonna be going on an arcade quest. I'm gonna be looking around for, I guess, what's kind of out there in good old West Virginia, as well as what's happening around. Chimako, do you have anything other than fixing your house for some summer plans, my man?
Let's see. You know, I got the living room. I got
Okay.
the bathroom also.
Okay.
I still have to work on it. And no, that's all I have. That's all I have. So it's gonna be a tough one. If you need someone, you know, that is handy, let me know. I probably can help.
This guy has watched every YouTube video on how to do everything. So he's not lying when he says, if like, I've learned it recently, come over. Probably bought out all of like Home Depot or Lowe's, like every single thing.
Right now, Facebook Market is my best friend. You know,
Oh my
I'm looking
gosh.
for things here and there. You know, take it cheap and work it around.
Is it as bad as what I've seen? Like, are people, do they try to swindle you for crazy
No.
stuff? Not,
Usually the people, I mean, this area at least, you know, whatever they say, it's whatever it goes. I don't bargain too much, so yeah, not a big problem. Not a big problem.
Okay,
All good.
okay, that's good. I've seen some crazy things. I remember the one and only time I tried selling like a washer dryer combo. Someone ended up being like, I was like, all right, yeah, it's like $100 each. They're like, cool. They came over, they're like, I'll give you 50. And I'm like, well, this guy now knows where I live, so I'm like, all right, take it. I don't want any more. I don't want to get messed up, man.
I
Oh my
see.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Haven't had that issue myself, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you're burlier than I am, so you know.
No.
I got to I got to wear this.
I'm
for the first
driving
time in a
Miata.
while.
Okay, no.
Yeah, well, see that's
I hit something with that, and I'm the one, you know, in trouble. Like everyone else will be fine. I hit a bicycle with it, and the guy will run on the bicycle, and I'm like, ah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, while we, you know, find our way flexing into the summer and finding new and old things to do want to thank everyone that was here. And of course, give a ton of credits over to the production staff, as well as everyone that has been involved in the RC Six Man's Premier League. Not just the playoffs, but the regular season and everything that's been happening over for it. And for all intents and purposes, we're going to bid you farewell. I'm Hail Monkey Man. That is Chimako. You have been fantastic. And stick around for some awesome credits, as we'll maybe see you next time.
Think you got fire?